From the deep down south of Sri Lanka to the central dry zone here in Dambulla. It's the Dambulla International Cricket Stadium that plays host for the second leg of this Pakistan Women's Tour of Sri Lanka by Rhino and of course powered by Honor. It's the first T20 of the three that are about to take place at this very stadium, as we bring you live pictures of what is going to be and what promises to be an exciting T20 series. That is what has happened so far. We've done and dusted with the ODI series. Sri Lanka coming from behind to win that quite comfortably. Pakistan winning the first one and then Sri Lanka winning both those games by 8 wickets. Now we move to the shortest and the most exciting format, a format that has helped spread the game across the world. And Dambulla International Stadium is where we are for the three T20s. Today's the first one. We've got the second and the third one coming up on the 2nd and 4th of August. There's been a lot of conversation about conditions here in Sri Lanka. Hambantota we saw was great to bat on. What about Dambulla? Let's find out from Rajapaksa, who was down there a short while ago.
So from the south, we are here in the central province here at Dambulla International Cricket Stadium. Lovely atmosphere. There's a nice breeze and it's a very, very windy ground. So 65 yards all around and the blue skies are on top of us and it's about 30 degrees today here in Dambulla. So talking about the surface, this is pitch number 7. So it has been nicely rolled in. It's very, very hard. And there's a bit of green covering, but some parts also might be a little slower on the first hour because it is a used surface, but I reckon this will come on to the bat nicely when the day goes by. Pasco may be batting first 150, 160, but that will top more than that for sure. So maybe the skippers win the toss on a surface like this. I reckon bowl first and chase it down.
Straightforward advice from Rajiv. Chase it down if you're winning the toss, but will the captains heed his advice or do they have different plans? Neil Oja was down there with the two captains as well for the toss.
Hello and welcome to the Dambulla International Cricket Stadium. It is a new series, a new challenge, but the captains are in all readiness for the toss for the first T20I. I have with me the captain of Sri Lankan women's cricket team, Chamaria Tapatu. Muniba Ali gets to lead the Pakistan side and the match referee, Michelle Pereira. Chamari has the coin and she's going to flip it. Tails is the call and the coin has gone a far bit distance. Heads it is. Chamari, congratulations, you won the toss.
We decide ball first because I'm pretty confident about my bowling unit and the surface is good for batting. So we decide ball first because the thing is the first 30 minutes getting some change. So that's why we decide ball first.
The unit would be very satisfied with the ODI series win. How is the morale?
Actually, it's a different format, but confidence is most important thing, and we won 2 games. That's really good for us, but this is different format and different condition, so we need to execute plans execute our right plan right time. That's the most important thing.
Have you brought in some new players?
Yeah, we bring a couple of new players. Chamudi, she's a very young bowler. She's playing for under 19 and 18 as well. She's really good, so we bring her for this game.
And at how many runs would you want to restrict Pakistan on?
140, 150s. It's a good score to chasable score, 140.
We're looking forward to a good game. Chamari, go well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Muniba, first up, want to congratulate you on this fantastic opportunity to lead the Pakistan side in the series.
Yes, it's a really good opportunity for me and an honor for me to lead the side.
What would you have done if you had won the toss?
We would also like to bat first because it's a good batting track, I think. And maybe in second half, wicket bit slow. So I think batting would be a good start.
Any changes that you've made to the side from the ODI series, considering it's a different format?
Yes, we have a lot of changes. A lot of new girls have come in and we have 2 debutants, Iman Nasir, Momna. And the 4 that are not playing are Tuba, Tasmia.
That's all right. I mean, I'm not going to pressurize you on that. That's all right. But one thing for sure, this wicket definitely, you said, looks like a good surface to bat on. How many runs would you feel comfortable with?
Yes, anything above 150 would be a good total.
We're looking forward to a good game. All the best and congratulations once again.
Thank you so much.
So that's what the news is from the center. The Sri Lankan captain has won the toss and they're going to bowl first.
No surprises there from Chamari Rajapaksa. Almost all of Sri Lanka's recent games, they've won chasing it, so makes a lot of sense for her to chase this down. As we watch the lineups here, Munibali really being put on the spot there by Neil asking her to name the changes, but a couple of debutants, which is good to see some fresh names here. Ali Yunus joins me in the comm box.
Forward to see Iman Nasir. She's a good top order batter, and the other debutant would come right down at the bottom. Momina Riyasa, the left arm spinner. We did see her in the Zimbabwe series, but she debuted in ODIs.
Yeah, change for Sri Lanka as well. We'll talk about it later. Let's go down now for the national anthems of the two teams, starting with Pakistan. Always a pleasure standing up for the anthem of your countries that you represent at the highest level. As we watch the Pakistan women and Sri Lanka women get set to work out the first T20I here in Dambulla. It's been a very good tour so far for Sri Lanka, especially the home side, winning a bilateral series against Pakistan in ODIs after 24 long years. And they'll be looking to do the same in T20s as well. The last time Pakistan came to Sri Lanka was 2018, Ali. And at the time, the team looked very different. But now, a couple of debutants, we were talking about it before the anthem. Take us through those.
Yeah, new-looking Pakistan side. Of course, the major difference that there is no captain, Fatma Sana. She's going to play 100. And then we've got Munib Ali captaining in place of her. Shawal Zulfikar, very talented. Iman Nasir, the debutant. Really looking forward to see her play. Then the usuals, Aisha Zafar, Sarah Jabin, Iman Fatma, they featured in the World Cup. And then right at the bottom, two players, Hamna Bilal, the right-arm fast bowler, and Momna Riyasat, the left-arm spinner. She's making a T20 debut. We've seen her already play the ODI cricket against Zimbabwe back home.
Yeah, for Sri Lanka, changes in the bowling setup, special eyes on that youngster, the last name on the list that you see, Chamudi Prabodh, at just 17 years old, has played for the A team and the under-19 team. A lot of promise as a left-arm spinner. And of course, Sugandhika Kumari also making a comeback. She's been around for a long time, so packs a lot of experience. So I like the look of the team with experience and youth in there. The batting, of course, the heavy hitters remain the same, led, of course, by Chamari Athapattu, Vishmi and Harshita Visova in good form. And obviously, they've been knocked by Kavisha and Ilakshika as well. As we watch the umpires take the center and the teams get all set up on what is a hot and sunny day here in Dambulla, but I'm sure you must be finding it a lot more nicer here than in the south in Hambantota.
Yeah, it's really good. I've been around. It's very, very windy here, more than Hambantota that we saw there. Even in the ground, we can tell it's very windy, so that probably will help one bowler from one end, but not so good for the other bowler that will be bowling from the opposite end that we're sitting from.
Yeah, it does get quite breezy here. Dambulla has seen a lot of cricket being played. It is a dry zone in Sri Lanka, so we do try and host a lot of matches here so that we keep the rains away from these matches being affected. Of course, Munib Ali at the top of the order, captain today, so she'll be taking responsibility a lot more than just her batting.
Yeah, she's back to her usual opening position. Very important player. And with her is Shawal Zulfikar, very young. Only 10 games, 133 runs. But those numbers don't really justify her talent. She's much better than that. Keep an eye on the strike rate, 84 at the moment, but has all the potential to improve.
Kaya Kavindi, it seems, will open the bowling with a medium pace. No surprises really. In Dambulla, you do find a little bit of assistance early on, just like we saw in Hambantota, but as the day goes on, it just gets better and better for batting. Seems some very high-scoring matches here, and I won't be surprised if this is one of them too.
Yeah, and that's why probably Chamari Athapattu had no hesitation in bowling first, just to get that early advantage, that half hour, 45 minutes that you can extract as a seamer. And then we all know what they're capable of while chasing. We've seen that.
Yeah, in good form, Sri Lanka in with bat. Pakistan, unfortunately, in this format, still searching for some inspiration. Not the most successful of World Cup campaigns. 4 out of 5 lost in that match. Right, it's a new start. It's a fresh day, and here we go. Ball number 1. And runs off the bat immediately for Muniba Ali as Pakistan open their account.
Yeah, it's important for these two to get the team off to a good start. Quick start, good start is what is required, and probably which I feel has been a missing link in Pakistan batting lineup. Shawal Zulfikar, very talented. As I mentioned earlier, 84 hit strike rate, one of the best in Pakistan batting lineup. And if she gets going, you'll see lots of boundaries being hit through the offside, and that's why we straight away see that sweeper being placed for Shawal Zulfikar because she likes it in that area.
It seems Sri Lanka have done their homework in terms of figuring out the batter's strengths. Slip in position, this is good to see. Attacking field early on. And a very gullyish third in position as well for that flying edge. Oh, immediately gets the outside edge, falls short of the slip fielder, but a good start. It's up there, she's getting her to drive it.
Yeah, having a good pitch is one thing, and getting use of it is another thing. So you got to be in the right areas, and probably a little fuller this time to my liking. She can pull back a little for a length. We've been talking about that 5 to 6 meter area, which is so critical on a surface like this.
This one's driven with a lot more conviction, and a misfield early on allows Shawal to get off strike and get her first runs. Interesting, we saw that spell in the last ODI. That must have been a real inspiration. Unfortunately, Chetana misses out on the T20 squad, but she showed that even on good batting tracks, if you hit those right lines, there's assistance for you as a fast bowler.
Definitely, on any surface, you got to be right with the length and the line. Kavya, so far she's been a little too full in my liking. Well, let's see how quickly she adapts to the conditions.
Yeah, that left-hand, right-hand combination can sometimes trouble the best of bowlers around the world. Kavya just unable to change that angle to the left-handed Muniba Ali.
It has to be a combination, isn't it? You got to get both right, line and length. This time, length was okayish, but the line very leg side-ish. We've been talking about the inexperienced Pakistan side. Muniba Ali is the only player who's played more games than anyone else in the team, more than 20 games. Other than her, all are very young. We talk about the debutants, but Pakistan, normally this lineup is very young. Muniba Ali has played 82 games, then the second number is 26 games only, that is Aisha Zafar. Then Tuba Hassan with 20 games, but she's not included in the side. Shawal Zulfikar with 7 games. So a very young looking Pakistan side. Have a look at this. There are lots of new names that you'll see. It's about the process that the Pakistan team is building on. They want to build more and more players.
Nicely flicked. That was full on the pads, and Muniba has taken no time to find a boundary in the first over. That should give her a lot of confidence at the top of the order.
Again, too full. Length is the key. If you pitch it there, they're not going to miss out. They're very talented. They're very skillful. And if you give them this length, she's going to hit you any day. Through mid-wicket, great balance, great swing of the bat, great placement also.
Struggling to find her line here, Kavya. The breeze also not helping. Going to the left of your screen, which is into Muniba Ali, and that's why she keeps straying on the pads of the left-hander. Needs to get it right. Last ball of the over. This time it's too much width outside off. And sweeper cover will cut that off for a single. So good start for Pakistan. They get 8 off the first over. 1 done, 8 for none. Some experience now with the ball in hand. Rajapaksa Sewandi, saw her playing in the ODIs, was decent as a partner to Chetana in the third ODI, so she'll be feeling good. Very short career in the T20s, but she'll be looked upon to be a good partner to Kavya. Sri Lanka have tested their bowlers in this tour, in this series. Both teams actually looking for new directions after the T20 World Cup.
Absolutely. Both sides could not qualify for the semi-finals, so probably they realized the need of bringing in new players. Especially Pakistan. They made 8 changes from that World Cup team. And then again without the captain, Fatma Sana, not playing this game, this series. So that makes them a very, very young side, Pakistan. But still, as I said earlier, it's about the process. They're building a new set of players. That's why you will see lots of new names being included in the side. It's good that they're giving them opportunities.
Short and pulled away. That's one bounce into the fence. Muniba Ali is coming into her own. Couple of boundaries to her now.
Yeah, it's such a lovely surface to bat on that if you miss out on your length, the batter is not going to miss out. This one again, the previous one was fuller, this one a little shorter. She had enough time to use that horizontal bat and play towards square leg for 4. Muniba is too talented to be missing out on these.
That's set up nicely, didn't it? Like you said, she's in good form, she's in good touch. You'll be talking about the changes, Ali. Tell me your perspective. Are you a fan of these wholesale changes coming into a new tour, or would you still prefer to see a bit more experience still being there in the squad?
Well, it's not a bad idea. We'll get back to it.
Once again, down the leg side, and this time she hasn't looked to hit it too hard, just caressed it. Got the middle of the bat, and this outfield, just like most outfields here in Sri Lanka, is quick enough.
This was brilliant. Great wrist work from Muniba. Again, too full. She got the swing in the air, but still too full. And she uses her wrist and places it between the two fielders. Beautiful shot that is. She had a great balance also. This is the area that she fancies, that onside area. You'll see lots of shots being played in that area while she stays on.
I like how she always looks to play as straight as possible. Quite often you see her present in the full face of the bat. That's fuller and just outside off from Rashmika where she wants to be.
Yeah, coming back to the same point that you mentioned earlier. Well, I don't mind bringing in new players, especially in a bilateral series right after the World Cup. You need to give opportunities to the youngsters. Pakistan making 8 changes, a little too many in my liking, but at least they've given opportunities to somebody like Iman Nasir and Hamna Bilal, Mumna Riyasat.
Oh dear, Rashmika needs to get this one right. She just hasn't found any rhythm in this over so far. 2 full, 2 short, 1 down the leg side now. You don't want to give away too many in the power play. Yes, it's a new Pakistan side, but they are talented batters.
Yeah, if she's not getting it right, she's trying a little too hard in my opinion. Trying different things, trying different lengths. And in doing so, she's giving away those easy deliveries.
Straighter and better. Muniba will eventually get across for the single. She set off as soon as she played the shot, and good response from her partner as well.
Played it straight to the fielder though. Again, just decreasing the pace a little, changing the pace. She would have made it anyways. It's very important that Muniba stays in because, as I said earlier, she's the most experienced one. And all the rest, new young batters can play around her. It's important that one of them can play big, can play long. Remember, there is no Sidra Amin. In ODI, she did that role. So Muniba has to fulfill that.
Flicked very nicely towards the leg side. It will be a chase for 2 fielders, one coming behind, the other coming across. They'll complete the 2. Oh, in fact, it's gone for a 4, both of them, expecting the other to clean it up. And that boundary will bring some smiles to the dugout of the Pakistan team.
Definitely third boundary in this over, this time from Shawal. 22 for none. After 2, Pakistan off to a good start.
Pakistan off to a flyer here, 22 for no loss in 2, as Rajapaksa makes a change almost immediately. 100 matches for Sri Lanka for Sugadika Kumari, so immediately resorting to experience with a bit of left arm spin very early on in the piece. Cut away first ball, straight to the fielder. Good work.
Yeah, it's good to see Pakistan batters putting pressure on Sri Lanka. And when you see so many changes being made in the third over, you can tell that the pressure is on them. You can see a change in the bowling, different field setting. There's a long on and deep mid wicket in place for Shawal. A fielder at slip, point, cover and extra cover.
And the pace with which she bowls is going to be important. We saw in that first ODI, Pakistan spinners really slowed it down. They put the onus on the batters to try and play those big shots. And I think Sri Lanka will look to do something similar here on a track that has offered nothing so far for the bowlers.
Well, they must remember, Sri Lanka, that this pitch will get better and better to bat on as the day progresses. But they also will have to find it difficult if Pakistan get to 160 plus. Pakistan surely have the bowling lineup, although they may be young, but they're very talented. Especially Momna Riyasat, Hamna Bilal, she's got that X factor in her action. Nasha Sandhu has got plenty of experience. And Waida Akhtar, she's got a slingy action. Will make it very interesting if Pakistan get to 160 plus.
Once again, straight to the fielder from Muniba. Yeah, Sri Lanka in the meantime, relying on some of the youngsters. And Dambulla is a happy place for them 2 years ago. Won that Asia Cup final against India. The crowds were in, the ground was full. It was such a beautiful moment in women's cricket for Sri Lanka. It was one of the highlights of these girls' careers. Oh, she shuffled across, looked for the big sweep, but it got the under edge and went past the keeper for a 4. Runs are coming, regardless of how they've come.
It's been Pakistan's morning so far. Everything is working in their favour. This time shuffled across, she slowed in pace, but still she manages that under edge. It's a very lucky boundary, but Muniba and Pakistan will take it because they do need quick runs and they're getting it. They're getting those boundaries, which is very important.
She'll have to be careful playing that shot. There is a deep mid wicket in position. They're probably tempting her to play that shot, bringing the left arm spinner. Not the first time she's played there. And it won't fetch her a run. So a dot to end the over. 6 runs off it. 3 done. 28 for none. Well, the skipper has decided her fast bowlers haven't responded and she's brought herself on. Known for providing important breakthroughs, she does say that she looks to bowl her full quota of overs in this format, not so much in the ODIs. Starts off back of a length, just outside off, cut away. And the misfield will allow them to come back for the second. Could be tight, but they've done well enough.
Yeah, discipline is the key. And this is the second time Sri Lankan fielders have done a misfield and we're just into the 4th over. So probably not quite switched on after the victory in the ODI series.
This time down the leg side and this time it's in the gap again. Very nicely placed this from Shawal. Those two fielders were close to each other, but that was immaculate placement.
Yeah, Shawal Zulfikar, she's super talented. And you can just tell by the way she managed this delivery. It was a quicker one in the stumps, but then that wrist coming into play. And she places it right between the two fielders. That is a brilliant, brilliant shot. Might not seem much fancy from that angle, but from the front angle you'll see and you'll find it how beautiful it was.
Shorter again from Chamari. Just hasn't got that length right so far. It's been short on all 3 occasions.
Yeah, what these two batters are doing, they're showing the intent that they want to go after the bowling. And that is putting pressure on the bowlers.
That's much better. Floating it up there. That's what you want to do. Get them on the front foot.
Absolutely. Great length. Great pace also. What is required on the surface. Just inviting her to drive. Slower in pace. Great length. And the greed from the batter, as they always say.
They're almost forcing her into a big slog sweep. Now, the one thing Sri Lanka have done well throughout this series so far is they've adapted and adjusted very quickly. Struggled in the first game to play against the spinners. Then they decided to use their feet in the other two games. Even with the bowling, they figured out their lengths quite early. Pakistan, on the other hand, need to pick that up. They need to adjust according to conditions. Yes, very inexperienced side. But that's what gets you noticed. An under edge, but straight to the fielder. We'll talk more about that. 4 done. It's 34 for none.
Hey,
34 for none. Pakistan off to a good start here in the first T20I as Chamuri brings in changes every over now. A new bowler being introduced, Kavisha Dilhari, another experienced spinner, did well in the ODIs. Swept away. That's a shot that Pakistani batters have played quite well throughout this tour.
Yeah, not a good start from Kavisha. She bowled really well in the ODI series. 86 games, 71 wickets with the economy of 6.53. Impressive. 4 for 13, her best.
Makes some room and cuts it away. Cuts it away very, very well, Muniba Ali. She's looking in good touch.
That is very, very smart from the captain, Muniba Ali. She moves to 24 with that gorgeous boundary through covers again. Just gave herself room, created that angle. Give her enough to extend her arms and play it in the gap. It's just how she plays it.
Chamuri immediately in conversation with Kavisha saying, if you are going to bowl that line, I'll give you a sweeper cover, but you've got to tell me your plans. It's a good batting wicket. You can't be expecting pitch to give you much. We'll have to make immaculate plans. And now immediately that sweeper cover has gone out. And there's a deep mid-wicket for that big slog sweep as well. She needs to slow it down and be a lot more fuller, Kavisha. Out comes the sweep. This is uppish, but it's over the fielder. And that'll run away as well. 4 more to Muniba, 4 more to Pakistan.
As it's all working for Muniba. Whatever she's doing, it's all happening for her. Even edges are carrying over the head of the fielder. This one was a top edge, surely. Looking to hit it too hard. That top edge carried it over the head of the fielder for 4.
Seems to have understood her range, Muniba. Every time it's straightish or down the leg side, the sweep shot comes out immediately. And the moment she sees a little bit of width, she makes room and goes for the cut shot. So shot making, shot selection has been very good from her so far.
Samir, it's about intent. They're showing that intent that they want to get those boundaries.
And she's forced a change for Kavisha as well, now coming over the wicket.
You can tell this is the 5th over and we've seen 5 different bowlers. Lots of different fielding positions. Slip gone out, slip comes in. So lots of changes been made. So that shows that Chamari is on a back foot.
Swept away again. This time will find the gap and will find another boundary. She's playing with the field, Muniba.
And with the bowler also. 2 full again from Kavisha. 3rd boundary. Not the first time that Pakistan batters have taken 3 boundaries in an over. She's too good to be missing out on this. 2 full.
Not surely what she's trying to achieve coming over the wicket and bowling those lines. It's not an attacking bowling strategy this. Very defensive. In fact, it's working the other way around. She's conceded 3 boundaries now.
She's inviting trouble.
Goes short and goes flat and goes past the fielder and the fielder in the deep as well. 4 boundaries in this over. 16 off it. And Pakistan are off to an absolute flyer. Bring up the 50 at the end of the 5th.
.50 on board for Pakistan after 5 overs. A phenomenal start. The captain at the toss mentioned that she wanted to bat first. She's lived up to the expectation. Use of feet on the very first delivery. Aerially played and boundary. What a welcome.
Like you mentioned, yes, Neil, it's a phenomenal start. Nothing new you can ask from your openers. Lost the toss, but they've done the talking with the bat. Lighted delivery coming down the track, lifting over the mid-on fielder. 1 bounce, 4.
A phenomenal there by the Pakistani openers. Staying in a crease this time. A much better delivery. Fuller, closer to stumps. Not so wide to cut. Shawal gets a single, brings Muniba on strike. She's been immaculate form this morning. 36 of 19, and she's striking them.
Yeah, leading from the front. Super start, super power play for Pakistan. They've really dominated the power play.
A rare dot ball. Chamaria Tapatu. Captain, we captain. Ooh, edgy, but runs. What a splendid outfield this is. 4.
Very quick, electrifying outfield. The outside edge runs away to the boundary once again. Expensive. Turning out to be very expensive. There is too close to cut, but she got that outside edge and then works it away nicely. This is brilliant, isn't it?
Oh yeah, Muniba has shown intent. She's shown intent from the very first delivery, and the scores are telling you the same. 40 of 21 for her. She's striking at almost 200. A single. In this little battle of captain we captain, I personally feel that the Pakistani captain is leading this race way ahead.
Yeah, she has handled the pressure once again, I would say, after losing the toss and then coming out here. Super power play. 60 runs on board. They're going at more than 10 runs and over, which maybe this is the ideal start they were looking at to post a bigger score. Sweep shot comes in and into the gap once again. That's another boundary for Shawal. She moves to the 20s. Expensive over from Chamari. 14 runs coming off it. 64 inside the first power play, and Pakistan off to a flyer.
What a power play this has been. For the fans that have come in to expect an incredible game, they're definitely in for a treat. This is how it started off. Pace on attack and boundaries from the word go. Every single delivery, wherever they were bowled, short or full, runs came in, including Chamaria Tapatu. Kavisha Dilhari ended up conceding 4 boundaries in that over of hers, creaming and exploiting every single part of the ground. Look at that cut. And the sweep to finish off the power play. A splendid power play, and the umpire will now let us know that the power play is done with. And now there'll be a little sigh of relief for the Sri Lankan skipper Chamaria Tapatu, as she can spread the field out, have more girls on the boundary line, 2 more to be precise. and hope that the flow of boundaries reduces. Alright, so this is what the field looks like for Sri Lanka, as the Pakistani batters will keep an eye on where the boundary riders are.
Yeah, Sugandhika Kumari back into the attack.
What I like about this pair is that they're literally stealing runs from the hands of the fielder. They're playing it into the hands of the fielder and then a quick nod, yes, they run.
It's a left-right combination that has troubled the bowlers already.
True.
And then the combination has built well. The partnership has grown a lot. And now, this is the consolidation period up to the 14th over. This is where Sri Lanka will have to go into their think tank books. How to grab a wicket, how to break this partnership. Because these two batters are dominating out there in the middle.
Towards the mid-wicket. Runs are coming invariably. If not boundaries, they're still dealing in singles consistently. They're not stopping the scoreboard. But the singles, what it means is that it troubles the Sri Lankan fielders. They have to change the field from a left-hander's field to a right-hander's field, and so on and so forth. Chance! And gone! It definitely looks like Muniba might just be a little short. It was a very risky shot on the offset. She played the shot and started running, but it was hit a little too hard in my opinion. And the fielder did a phenomenal job. The umpires have gone upstairs to check, but I personally feel, and so does Muniba, that she's shot. Alright, so let's see where the visuals come in. How short is Muniba? Oh yeah, the bails are off and Muniba is about a yard short. We'll get the official confirmation. And the red lights are on. Muniba Ali, the skipper. She's gone. But one thing for sure, she's done a phenomenal job, given a splendid start. Incredible is the word. 42 of 24. As she steps out, 9 fours, a strike rate of 175. The skipper has led by example. All right, so we have the Sri Lankan mascot. And isn't that lion happy? Good looking shot there. But straight to the fielder. And direct hits more often than not cause trouble, Rajiva.
Yeah, definitely Lakshika De Silva. Bullseye there. The direct hit. That was the only way that Sri Lanka could get rid of one of these two batters. Because they were dominating out there. The bowlers were really struggling. New batter, Emma Nasir. 2 right-handers out there now. And she's playing her debut international, the T20.
It's a fantastic opportunity for Iman. All right, first runs in international cricket for Iman. What an opportunity to come when a platform is set. The captain has done the job. You've come in at a time where there are runs on board. You're in this phase of building from there on. Good looking shot there.
I think it's a very good over so far from Sugandhika. Just conceding 4 singles. Got the run out as well. But like you mentioned, it's a nice platform set for the debutant.
Yeah. Iman on strike. Good over. A very good over from Sri Lankan perspective. 4 runs and a wicket. 7 comes to an end, 68 for 1. $68 for 1 after 7.
Yeah, 17-year-old, another debutant. So from another debutant to another debutant, bowling and batting. Shamodi Praboda. She was the under-19 captain in the recently concluded series and played A-team. Very, very handy left-arm orthodox spinner.
Oh, beautifully driven. A little misfield. And a boundary for Shawal.
Well, short delivery outside the off stump. Not the ideal start. Shawal just rock backs on it. And then enough time, isn't it? But poor bit of fielding. Backed by. After that, run out. Now, this is the let off. This is a total let off from the fielders. Should have saved that boundary. Could have kept it for a dot ball.
Yeah, early nerves for Chamodi, making a debut. You might have played at all the junior levels. Playing your first international game. Does bring in some amount of nerves. And more runs. Back-to-back boundaries.
Lovely. Lovely bit of timing. For a moment, I thought that would have been a couple or a single, but enough power. Look at that short delivery once again. Enough timing. Because the moment you bowl slower and slower on this surface, shorter, there's enough ample time for the batter to rock back. Easy as you like. Back-to-back boundaries.
Oh, this is not going to help the confidence of the young 17-year-old. Yeah, there you go. Down leg, wide. But psychologically, she'll be trying to do a little more, little extra, because 2 boundaries have been conceded. Let me try this, let me try this. No, go back to your basics, Chamudi. Just go back to your basics. Oh, much better. Tossed up, just outside off stump line. Perfect.
There's something to breathe for her. The dot ball.
Big heave. Shawal definitely is continuing that momentum that she had garnered and maintained with the skipper. Wonder what is going to be the conversation between Shawal and Iman, because Iman, mind you, is also a debutant. The senior partner here, Shawal, would be giving her tips, telling her, talking into her ears. So it's a debutant versus debutant. Going on the back foot. And runs.
Yeah, not the ideal start, but she has come back in this over. Conceding 2 boundaries back-to-back in the first 2 balls, and now she's conceding 3 with a wide as well. So 11 runs so far in the 8th over from Chamadi Praboda, the debutant.
Not calling a wide. All right, so 8 over gone. 79 for 1. $79 for 1 after 8. The Kavisha has been brought in to attack. She's taken for a lot of runs. 16 runs in that first over, 4 boundaries. Well, looks like there's some disruption there. The bails fell off. It'll be called a dead ball. Kavisha will have to reload. All of it will have to be reworked.
Just as she came into the run-up, see, it's a very, very breezy, windy ground here at Dambulla. Just across us, there is the Hambantota lake, and then the breeze is gathering especially. We'll take a look at this once again. There you see the bail coming off. Yes, like you mentioned, 16 coming on the very first over.
Shouts of catch it, but a little too high over Kavisha. A good piece of fielding there. They need a few such fantastic inspirational pieces of fielding in the outfield to show some confidence in your bowler. That kind of support that is required to the bowlers. She's coming around the wicket now, Kavisha. Ooh, how lucky was that? That ball could have gone anywhere.
It's changing the angle, bowling round the wicket a little wide out to the off stump. Almost drag into the stumps there. Lucky escape.
A width on offer. Straight to the fielder. I like this comeback. It's a very good comeback over by Kavisha. Just one run. And that change in angle, it does take that little line of vision change.
This is good stuff, isn't it? Very good stuff from Kavisha. Just giving a single in a second over. Lovely bit of shots here from our drone camera.
She's gone big this time and into the gap. A quiet over has been changed into an over that finishes with the boundary. 4 runs to end the over. Nine overs gone, 84 for 1. Tossed up by Chamudi. Oh, well done there. How good was that? We've been talking about these kind of fielding efforts, and we've seen a couple of them in the last few deliveries.
Yeah, lovely. Great stop from Ilakshidi Silva there at long on. He got the run out to get rid of the danger. The skipper, Munibali, and now look at the effort. Saved a couple of runs for sure.
Chamudi just needs to garner some more confidence. A dot ball. Young spinners, when they actually come into the senior sides, generally do not have enough strength in the shoulders to get the ball reach the lengths consistently where they need to. And that's why critical for the skipper, for the coach, for the management to keep giving them that kind of confidence, that kind of support, so they can work alongside instead of being burdened by the pressure of the international circuit. The runs being scored against them don't mean much as long as they are able to bowl those tight deliveries maybe even putting that little doubt in the minds of the batter.
Definitely, she's 17 years old, feeling the drums, the proper band is out there, the mascot is out there. Few fans coming in to watch this game.
You can't blame anyone there. A run has been added to the total, but I can tell you one thing, that this is a very good over in the making for young Chamudi. Just 17 years of age, and the way she has come back after that first over, very appreciable. Bowling to her field and bowling really tight. Alright, 10 overs gone and 89 on board. We'll go in for a quick drinks break.
Right, it has been a Pakistan's morning, surely. The batters have made use of these conditions, beautiful surface, but anybody after doing so much good work, error in judgment by running instead of out. She looked so good. She's bringing everything, some stunning shots we've seen from her until this happened, a direct hit in the end of the captain Nivali. Stunning captain, remember? Fatma Sahanat here for this T20 series. Iman Nasir on her debut. She's done well so far. She's eased up those nerves, facing 9 deliveries, scoring 7 runs. She has to be called a wide. Samir Yunus, Pakistan's morning, we can say.
Yeah, definitely. The scorecard tells you that, and so does the way these two batters have gone about. Chamari has been forced to make changes, and quite a few of them in the bowling, and now going back to pace in the form of Kavya. They need to pick up a couple of quick wickets here to, one, slow down the rate of scoring and also get some momentum back into their side.
She's happily getting the strike. Manasi, and that's the sensible thing to do. There's a partner, Saval. She's looked really good too. 37 of 27. Very easy elegance, we call it, back home.
Yeah, you talked about her strengths, you talked about her strike rate, and she's keeping up the promises. You see, 37 of 27 is a very good start. Now Pakistan will be hoping that she kicks on and goes on to get a half century and beyond if they are to post a good total. It is good conditions to bat here, so 170, 180 will be par, you'd feel.
Oh, that was nearly carried to up, just over the head of the fielder. Saval living dangerously, but she will take it.
She saw it full and went for the expansive drive. I for a moment thought that she may have got a hand to it there. Let's have a closer look. That was aerial. She was running sideways. Let's have a closer look. Oh yes, the fingertips almost. Even after it hit her, still ran away to the boundary. But that would have been a brilliant catch. Something Sri Lanka need in the field.
The timing of the jump could have been better. Saval not timing it properly. Maybe toe end off the bat. She will happily take that boundary 4 runs. Now intent quite clear, as it has been since morning. They want to look for runs. They want to look for the boundaries. Another one quite easily taken by Saval.
So what if there are so many fielders on the offside? I'll go leg side, says Saval. This was straight and full and wonderfully flicked once again. The way she's found the gaps has been very impressive. Mid-wicket inside the circle. There is a long on, but she still hit it wide enough for it to go for 4 more.
Yeah, as you said, lots of good things about Saval. The range that she's shown. We've seen some quality cover drives, some great wrist work, placement also on the outside. And then it's made, Captain Samaria has about to make a few changes in the field. Maybe another fielder on the onside.
On the cusp of a 50 here, Shawal. It is already her highest score so far. Her previous best was 41. Now she's on 45. So good signs for Pakistan. Good signs for her.
Pakistan bring up their 100. 10.4 overs. That's a good sign. Good going. After the last ODI game, last couple of games, Pakistan were really down and out. But this is a great comeback. Yes, everybody now knows that they've scored 100. The team looks confident.
Yeah, they lost the toss, needed a good start, needed a strong start. And they've got that in the form of their top 3 at least. Iman's still new, but she's looked busy on the crease.
Another wide. Yeah, this discipline has been on the lower side from Sri Lanka as far as these extras are concerned, and misfield especially. We've seen quite a few.
Yeah, very inconsistent. With the ball been all over the place, haven't really kept things tight. You understand it's a shorter format, you need variations in lengths and lines, but you still have to get your basics right on a wicket that is good for the batters. You cannot afford to be wayward. These batters have really punished them. Now she's holding it cross seam. I wonder where she's going for, a short one or a yorker.
Probably pulling the length a little from Kavya. The trouble is that it is such a good surface that if you err in your line all the length, the batter will punish you. And Sri Lanka will have that thing in their mind. But they're going to bat second and the pitch will get better and better.
Which it will for sure. These people have come in their numbers to watch their heroes bat and get some big runs. And not getting off the middle of the bat. However, she'll get past the bowler and get a single. Another good one for Pakistan. They get past the 100 mark. And at the end of 11, it's 102 for 1.
Openers were really well for Pakistan. Muniba running herself out, scoring 42 of just 24 deliveries. Shawal still there, very solid, 46 of 30. Plenty of batting still to come. But Aisha Zafar, Shara Jabir, Iman Fatma, they all kind of in them big.
That's not good news for Sri Lanka with these to pick up wickets. Just a one run out so far. Shamari has been expensive as well, 20 in her 2 overs. Generally, she provides some control in those middle overs, but none of the bowlers have looked comfortable. They've been wavered in their lines. They've bowled too many loose deliveries. We talked about extras, just 5 of them, but it's the loose deliveries that Pakistani batters have really capitalized on.
Again, towards the leg side, Savaria Tapatu. Shawal eyeing her first 50 at this level, 46 at the moment of 31 deliveries. Leg side is the field is set for that. Samantha Pata doesn't give much here. She usually bowls those quicker ones, so mixes it up.
I think what Sri Lanka need is not try too hard for a wicket. You don't get that usually on this track. What you really need is a couple of quiet overs. Frustrate the batters. Don't give them run-making shots. Yeah, just like that. A dot ball after the other. I don't mind a 1 or 2 here and there. But close off the boundary option. A few more dot deliveries. That's when the mistakes will start coming.
I wonder what the message would be for Iman when Wabias came in, the mentor at halfway stage, and how he wants her to operate from here on, because she's taken 14 deliveries, she scored 10 runs on her debut. Yes, we understand. There she goes in the air, but safe. One thing that I really liked to me was that they did send her at number 3, because it was Aisha Zafar also who was the top order batter. She could have also come. Backing her, backing the debutant, giving her the opportunity, because at that point Pakistan were doing well, they were for a good start. It's a good time to send a debutant. Probably now is the time to get going. Catch it! As Shawal goes, Ariel goes in there, but again in the gap.
Oh.
And another misfield will give Pakistan another run.
Too many mistakes from Sri Lanka. Chamari Atapattu isn't too pleased with what she saw over there. A couple of runs to end over number 12. It's 107 for 1.
Spin of Hambantota. 2 overs for 10, bowled with discipline. But now Pakistan need to get going. They need to convert this good start into a big total.
Yeah, perfect platform laid by Shawal and Muniba earlier. Now Iman playing at number 3, which you talked about. And I've always been an advocate, Ali, of the fact that your best batter in the team should be batting at number 3. The fact that they've sent young Iman out there sends her a message and also shows how much they believe in her ability.
It's about developing these young players for the management, giving them the right sort of opportunities at the right time. And I believe that time when there was a partnership between Muniba and Shawal, it was the right time to send Iman. But now is the time that she really needs to show what she is made of.
We've got representation from Rhino Roofing, our title sponsors, alongside, of course, Vajendra, very busy man out here, ensuring things going smoothly.
Shawal is on 49. A moment to remember for Shawal Zulfikar, her first 50 at this level. Very impressive. Just 34 deliveries for her first.
Very nicely crafted this half century. She took her time, but every time there was opportunity for runs to score, she played those shots very, very well. You said lazy elegance, and I think that describes her quite well.
9 fours, 34 deliveries. I said earlier, keep an eye on the strike rate. 147. It's just about time that Iman gets going. She's been there for 19 deliveries now, because you don't want to be in a position where you put too much pressure on just one batter. That is Shawal. It's about time that runs come from both the ends.
Yeah, they know very well that Sri Lanka are in batting form and these are batting friendly conditions. So every extra run, every big total they can think of will be useful, and so will shots like this be. This has gone up and over the fielder. Shawal gets to her 50 and breaks loose. Goes for a maximum, ends the over with a big one. 13 done, 116 for 1.
The projected, if Pakistan keep on going at the same rate, I'm sure there will be more fireworks as Iman tries to go over extra cover but misses.
Yeah, you talk about Iman now picking up a little bit. She's on 13 of 20. She doesn't want to become a burden for Shawal on the other end, where she has to do all the aggression. Two set batters, they have to kick on.
This is the best she can do if she's not been able to hit big boundaries. At least no dodge and every from her. Keep on rotating the strike. Give the strike back to Shawal maximum. She made a beautiful delivery in the previous over. Again, she hits it hard. But this time she does well, and there's an opportunity. She makes it back.
Yeah, good early call from Iman at the non-striker's end. She said no immediately, thanks to that good fielding effort, which allowed Shawal to get back. Another run out is not what they need, Pakistan. In a very good position right now.
Down the track, hasn't middled it, but not quite even carrying to the fielder. Shot that stays in between.
Yeah, she's played those shots a few times. Either they have gone all the way or they've fallen just short. So, not timing it has worked for her after all. But you can see the intent now. She's got to her 50, trying to go after everything. Plenty of batting to come as well.
Goes straight, goes beautifully straight, right between the two. First boundary for Iman. Yes, they all like it. They want her to get more and more from here on.
Young Iman Nasir now, that was full and in her arc. Lots of flight, but she goes as straight as she can. That long on is quite wide. And behind the bowler is always the best place to play when you've just come out to bat, and she's been out there for a while.
Now they've made few changes, especially down the ground, the two fielders closing in to each other. There was a massive gap earlier. Towards onside. This is good from Iman. She's got a boundary. She's taken a single. She's taken the score to 123 for 1 after 14.
For Sri Lanka, every bowler conceding at over on a ball. In fact, the fast bowlers, especially Kavya and Rashmika, going at double digits economy rates. And one of their ace spinners, Kavisha, also conceding 21 off her 2 overs. And you have a look at that dot ball column. That's where they need to work on. A few more dot balls is what the coach, Jamie Siddons, will be telling his bowlers at the end of this innings.
Yeah, not just that dot ball column, but the wicket column also. The only wicket that has fallen has been the run out from Muniba, their own fault. Other than that Sri Lankan bowlers have find it very difficult to get batters out. Now Kavisha, 2 overs, 21 runs. This will be a good battle. Leg spin. That's what we know of. He mixes it up.
Just have to rely on those variations. Bowlers have had it tough out there. Chamari is really running out of options and therefore choosing to go with some of her experienced spinners. And that is the beauty of this place, Sri Lanka. You get beautiful visuals around the ground. Dambulla, of course, another city laid with greenery.
Oh, again dropped. We've got to say that this one was a straightforward chance. A little high, but at this level, we've got to be taking those.
Chance goes begging once again. He was above her, but like you said, you expect those to be taken. Timing of the jump, not so bad. It wasn't that high, but just didn't stick. Playing and missing on that occasion. So the intent is very clear. They are going after everything. They've got plenty of batting left and just 5 overs and above. Going to go after everything. Get as many as they can.
Lisa Jabin on the left. Probably doing next. On the try. In the air. Is it long enough? No, not quite. Quite enough. First shot off the fielder.
It's been a real tease for the fielders on the ropes. It's either gone over them or fallen just in shot. It was the skipper herself, Chamari Rathapatha, running in to try and get that one. They are really going after it, Iman and Shawwal.
Iman somehow has not been able to middle it. It's attempting, but it's the second occasion. Down the track again. It's another single, or maybe look to come back for the second now. They'll have to settle for one only. This is looking to hit it too hard. That's why most of the shots that we've seen from Iman coming from the toe end, that's why there was no timing at all.
Now what you're seeing on the far end is the famous Hambantota tank. Modern built reservoir in the 1979 to be precise. Upish again, and this time they'll hold on to it. Finally one sticks for Sri Lanka. It is Rashmika will take a diving catch forward, and Kavisha provides the breakthrough, an important breakthrough.
Yeah, it's the debutant. She's looking to score some quick runs. You cannot really blame her. Wanted to go big over the fielder, could not quite get that elevation. A leg spin from Kavisha this time. A bit of a nothing shot. I'll ask my fellows next to come to explain that one. Smart catch. Still a wicket for Sri Lanka. Nasir on her debut scoring 21. It's 127 for 2.
First ball of the fresh over, and runs are coming in. A boundary on the very first over. Young Chamudi comes into bowl and has conceded a boundary. Shawwal continues her magnificent batting today.
Yeah, lovely. This is great. There's enough timing on it for the ball to go over that infield, and Neil, this outfield is lightning.
Oh, it absolutely is. Look at Shawwal. She's brimming with confidence. Oh, gone! Call it the commentators' curse. Young Chamudi has finally got a wicket on debut. And it is the dangerous Shawwal. 63 of 40. And finally, she has to take that long walk back.
I think for a sweet shot, maybe a reflection of the glove there, hitting the leg stump, and Sri Lanka getting that wicket in the right moment. Shawwal Zulfikar departs for 63, Pakistan 131 for 3.
Ayman Fatima. Over 100 runs in her 8 games, including a 50, a highest of 79 not out. And that strike rate of over 138. Oh, chance there! Is it going to be a double wicket? The umpire goes upstairs. Where was the back foot? Shamudi is making it count. This is going to be very, very interesting to see where was that back foot. Because if Sri Lanka can pick this one, I can tell you, Pakistan would be in the thinking mode. No issues with the front foot though. Let's see, where is that back leg? Oh, so close, so very close. Just looks like he's got something behind the line. I wouldn't want to be the third umpire in such occasions. Alright, what is the decision? Green light. Phew. That'll be a sigh of relief for Ayman Fatima, who's just arrived.
But what a way to welcome. Just a delivery. Spot sharply. She picked up her debut wicket in international cricket in the last over of her spell. So 2 new batters are coming off. She's off the mark.
Yeah, it's almost like a reset of sorts for Pakistan. That wicket of Shawal. Yeah, something off the pad, off the glove, into the stumps. Aisha Zafar also opening her account with a single, and the end of the over. 16 gone, 132 for 3. After a fabulous start there for Pakistan, it's almost a reset of sorts with 2 new batters in the center. Kavisha Bihari brought into the attack. Now both these batters, while they will definitely keep the scoreboard ticking, they'll still be looking for boundaries, because 134 on board with just under 4 overs to go, you would be looking get the score, push it towards the 170, 175 mark.
I agree with you. I would say 180 would have been the target.
Big swing. Late reaction by the fielder there. And the ball is racing towards the fence. And that'll be a boundary.
I would say the anticipation was going for the catch. But she was not there. It should have kept her body behind the ball. Eventually, it would have been a dot ball, not the wicket as well, but recycles the boundary. Some relief for the batters. Not the ideal boundary way, but take a look at this. Yes, it's a clear boundary, I would say.
Well, yeah, the ball definitely touching the boundary rope there. And then bouncing over the rope. So the umpire just waiting for confirmations. It's always good to take use of technology to ensure that the decision making is immaculate. Ayman Fatima. Big heave Fielder settling underneath and will be taking it. Pakistan lose the fourth.
Well, leg spinner from Kavisa Dilhari. Second wicket for her. Going for a big heave onto the leg side. Flat batted shot hitting the bottom of it maybe. And easy as you like.
Probably she was sent with the brief that you have to go out and hit. And that's what she did. 5 for 5. And Pakistan are 138 for 4. Saira Zabin. Strike rate 122, a highest of 50. These girls may not have played a lot of games, but they have definitely made their mark in those limited opportunities they've got. Couple of runs, very comfortably done. Saira opens her account with 2.
Yes, she's straight off the mark. Slight struggle there. Allows the batters to cross over for the second run. Is Sri Lanka back in the game, picking up regular wickets for Neil.
Width on offer, cut away, and will get a boundary. Aisha gets the first boundary of the day.
Yeah, lovely. Lovely aggression. It was short, asking for trouble, placed it nicely, beats the fielder at extra cover, and she's off the mark with the double, and the next ball goes for a boundary.
Yes, Saira has made her intent very, very clear. 11 runs and a wicket. Oh, going for the big one, missing it out. Turn and bounce to end the over. 17 gone, it's 144 for 4. Look at those economies there. Kavya 10.5, Rashmika 14 was taken off after that one over that she bowled. Shamaria Tapatu brings herself in to bowl that last over of her spell.
I think the seamers really did struggle, especially with the new ball. Going for plenty of runs in that power play.
Big heave. And on the ropes. The umpires will have to get confirmations whether it was a maximum. But a very good intent on display there. Staying in her crease. And playing it with complete dedication. Alright, so where is it? Is it hitting the rope and pushing the rope behind? That's what it looks like. The boundary check is on. And the confirmation.
I think it's been given as 6.
Confirmation. Meanwhile, a cheeky little couple of runs inside edge. Shumari's not happy with the wicket keeper as well. Byes will be given. 2 runs added to the total. It doesn't matter how they come. I can tell you it doesn't matter as long as runs are coming and adding up to the total of Pakistan.
Yeah, I think this is the perfect time. The acceleration time. Approximately 14 balls remaining. One of the target a wicket less today. So 1 over left from Sugandhika Kumari, the left-arm spinner.
Picking it up from outside off. Aisha Zafar.
So maybe one of the seamers will have to bowl. Maybe the last over.
End of the over. 153 for 4. Chimari also running back to her mark.
She had to run away from long off there, back to her bowling mark to complete the over. The one ball remaining.
And physically, it might just be a little jog or whatever, but mentally, you have to prepare for this one delivery all over again. Okay, they'll steal a single. 18 gone, 154 for 4. Two more overs to go. What is going to be really critical is how quickly Aisha and Saira are able to manipulate the bowling attack and get some boundaries going. Mind you, Aisha's career strike rate is 100, which is technically run a ball. Saira's strike rate is 122. Can they make a change, a dramatic change to that number today in this game?
Yeah, into the attack to go her third over, to go the penultimate over in this innings. Just conceded 21 runs. And she starts off her third over with a wicket.
Yeah, wayward. You need to, when you're coming back to bowl after a little break, you need to rebuild that momentum. Also, one thing I've noticed is her front leg collapses at the delivery stride. We'd love to see that visual. We'd love to see this visual again from the side on, if we can get that visual. Have a look at that. Oh, beautifully struck over the fielder. You're talking about looking for boundaries. Saira's got one.
Yeah, lovely. Just going past that fielder and mid off. How may it come, doesn't matter. Boundaries keep coming for Pakistan. Slower delivery, going for a big heave. Yeah, just over Lakshmi Silva, mid off. What a way. Good start to the penalty but over. 5 runs coming off it from a wide and the boundary. So pressure on the bowler.
This time towards the onside. Square leg does well. Just a single. We talk about the biomechanics of the bowler and all of that. Something definitely has to be worked with, Kavya. I'm sure the coaching staff will be keeping an eye on that. The front leg brace at the point of delivery is absolutely missing. It collapses, it bends. Multiple things happen when that happens. You lose space, first thing. The most important thing, you lose space. Second thing, your body balance is not right. So you might just get a little wayward. And then to generate pace, the bowler try to use a lot of shoulder and back. So by virtue of which, you tend to get injured. You become injury prone. So you need to go back to the basics, start working on the brace. Kavya, the front leg brace. Attempts to try and clear the boundary, but just singles coming through.
I think the Express is taking off pace, bowling those off cutters, not giving that ball to come on to the two batters. With more heavy boundary riders on the left side, deep square, deep mid wicket, and a long on. And she's bowling into the wicket and stump to stump.
Big swing again towards the onside, straight to the deep mid wicket. Barring that one boundary, only singles have come through. But that's absolutely all right. 9 runs already of this over. One more delivery to go. I'm sure Wahab Riaz will be pouring in all his experience in the minds of young Muniba. And a catch taken by the skipper. The experience of Chamaria Tapatu comes in play. She was stable under the blue skies. And Saira, in an attempt to go for a big one, has missed out on the length. Very comfortable catch. Pakistan lose yet another.
Rolling the fingers there once again. Saira's up in the pass for 13. Pakistan losing the 5th wicket for 163 inside the 19th over. 1 over remaining.
Oh, beautiful visuals there of the Dambulla skies. Oh, Mehani playing her 10th game. Known more for her bowling skills. Fantastic spinner. Aisha on strike. Ujeev aerially played. Is there a chance? Sixer.
Bowling over the wicket. Sugandhika Kumari. He's been very economical, but first ball on the arc. Oh, nice, Azafar. Look at that. Big heave through long off. Great strike. Lot of power coming in. Great start to the over. The last over of the innings. Going for a 6 in the very first ball.
You know, very smartly played with the breeze. Aisha, one of the experienced campaigners of this Pakistan side, this young Pakistan side, if I may say. Oh, this time, chance of a catch. And has it been taken? Oh, she's done something to herself. The catch is taken. Been taken. Oh, she's done something to herself. The catch is taken. But looks like that impact has not done good to the fielder there. The physio is running in.
I think that is Lakshika De Silva. Going after that catch, maybe she knocked her head on the back. Take a look at this. Big heave from Aisha. She's running in for it and then grabbing it safe, and there you see. Hitting the back on the ground there. Looks she's okay. That's as over the past 17, Pakistan losing the 6th wicket on 169.
Not a good sign for De Silva. Getting some treatment while Wahida Akhtar comes in to bat. I don't know how far can they take the score from here with just 4 more deliveries to go. Trying to use her feet. Wicket keeper, I reckon, just got up too early. Missed out on a chance of a stumping. And a run added to the total.
Yeah, good delivery from Sugandhika. Yes, he holds the seam up one, dropped herself in, and the wicket keeper missing out the opportunity to feed.
Waiting for the red light. Yeah, it's a red light. Just waiting for confirmation on what is happening there. She was probably hoping against hope that the third umpire says that no, that's all right. Continue. But as a batter within your hearts, you know that you were short.
Yeah, definitely. Clearly, she was way too short. And getting home there. That's the 7th wicket. One without the pass for a duck. Pakistan losing the 7th wicket. And 171 on board.
Catch it!
Again, use of feet. And this time is the ball racing away. I am loving this intent by the Pakistani batters. They've literally come out every single ball looking for runs. They're not looking to settle. You don't have the time to settle, but even the intent is very clear. Use your feet, reach to the length, and try and get a boundary. Nashra Sandhu gets a 4.
I think there was a long off being placed earlier. Bringing the long off into mid-off, bowling fuller to the batter, on the yard. I think that's not great bowling. Poor execution from Sugan because he should have had the long off. Now there's long off being placed.
That boundary was of Hani, and she'll play one towards the square leg to end the innings. So 20 gone. Pakistan do push beyond the 175 mark. They get to 176 for 7. At one point in time, they were looking good beyond the 180. A couple of quick wickets, wickets in clusters, did make sure that they couldn't really go beyond the 180 mark. I wonder if this would be a good score that the Pakistani camp would be happy with.
I think it's a very good surface to bat on and see from the first innings from Pakistani batting lineup, especially when the ball is new, it comes on to the bat nicely. So 176 for 7 in that 20 overs. Well, good effort, good start. The openers did the job. And Sri Lanka pulling through, grabbing those few wickets in the latter part of the innings. So the batting card for Pakistan, Mudibali, keeper, get a very good start in the power play 42, and Shabazz getting the first international T20 half century for 63, and Iman hitting 21 as well. So just 10 extras in the 20 overs. Pakistan managed to get 176 for 7.
I was mighty impressed with their strike rates. Most of these girls came out and struck really well. What Sri Lanka would be worried about, though, is the economies coming into this game. Kavya, Rashmika, Kavisha, Chamari herself, all of them went for runs. Kavisha did pick 2, but that was at a later part of the stage. What was really impressive over here was this young girl, Chamudi. 4 overs, 29 runs. She held her heart. She's just 17 years of age. And mind you, that economy, the least of them all.
I think she bowled well after conceding 11 runs in the very first over. She came back into the game nicely, bowled well. Some of the highlights, look at this. This was a great start for Pakistan inside the power play. They managed to get 64 runs. The seamers really did struggle and got boundaries from Mudibala. She batted brilliantly as a keeper in this game. runs without losing a single wicket.
Well, indeed, they did continue even after a few wickets fell here and there. That run out of Muniba Ali, somewhere one felt that she just undid herself. If she would have continued, I'm sure that Pakistan would have looked at a much bigger total on board. But what was really, really impressive was that despite losing their skipper, Pakistan did not lose hope. Shawal continued in her own style. She was looking to get runs every corner of the ground, be it straight, be it square. She was definitely amongst runs. Iman also, though a little slow, was amongst runs, and making her debut never too easy. But I can tell you one thing for sure, that this confidence, this momentum of runs that Pakistan have garnered today would definitely help them when they go out to bowl.
Yeah, some wickets falling off in the last few overs for Pakistan. Good catching as well. Some let-offs earlier on in the game for Sri Lanka. And, It is Dambulla Cricket Stadium. Pakistan were put back first and scored 176. On the back of a fantastic half-century by Shahbaz. Mahinda scoring 42. Contributions from literally everyone coming through. As bowling is concerned, expensive all the way through, barring Shamali, who was very, very economical considering the situation. On debut, picking a wicket as well. So 177 is what Sri Lanka required to win. The side comes into the series after a fantastic 2-1 win in the ODI series. So confidence would be there. Dolani, 17 matches, a strike rate of 105. Might not be the most impressive strike rates going around. But that's exactly what one would be looking for. Humna Bilal, right arm medium. Playing a third game. It's a very young side from Pakistan.
Let's play.
But are going to defend 177 as the umpire says play. And Humna comes into ball. Inward movement of the very first delivery. Chance of a run out, a little fumble. There's action from ball number 1.
Yeah, first runs on the board for Sri Lanka as they look to chase 177, which you might feel is a par score on this track, and that player on your screen, Chamari Athapathu, is going to be key, as she always is when Sri Lanka have to go on and chase big scores. She has happy memories of this place. She's done a lot of scoring. Today is another opportunity for her to add to her tally and, of course, start off on a winning note.
Just under 4,000 runs for Chamari. What a legend she's been. 14 half centuries, 4 centuries. And runs. Beautiful looking drive. The left-handers off drive, always gorgeous.
To Chamari Athapathu, that is a hit-me delivery. Hamna Bilal, a loose outside off from her. We talk about Pakistan's inexperience in this squad. Yeah, that's not where you bowl to Chamari first ball. That is giving her the form and the invitation to hit you. Opens her account with the boundary.
This time overcompensating onto the leg side and maximum.
How often have you seen bowlers overcorrecting? Hamna Bilal here going too straight. And we all know Chamari is very strong on the leg side. A big flick, powerful stroke. Her hero is Sanat Jayasuriya, and she loves batting like him. Strong on the leg side and very, very punishing through the offside.
That shot had dominance written all over it. Hamna Bilal would want to reassess mentally on what lines, what lengths to bowl to Chamari. Slip in position though. Okay, has been removed now.
Not for too long, Neil.
Runs already of this over. Width on offer once again and more runs, but this time straight to the deep point fielder.
And the ODI's Chamari was being a little circumspect early on, but she knows that in this format, she has to get a big start if they are to chase this down. So much depends on her in terms of how Sri Lanka go about things. Himesha, of course, wasn't part of the ODI series, but she's come back into this T20 squad, was part of the World Cup and before that as well. Got starts but never really contributed in a major way. Here's an opportunity for her to get some runs.
Yeah, good looking shot there, straight to the fielder. Definitely bringing us visuals from around the ground here. What lake is this?
But it's called the Hambantota. I'm going to try and give you an opportunity to try and pronounce that for us, Neil.
fast with delivery. This time again, driven. Straight to the fielder yet again. Looks very, very sound technically. 1 over gone, 12 for none. For none after 1. Humna was expensive in that first over. It was all courtesy, some flamboyance of Chamaria Tapatu. Chamari is going to be on strike. Mahinda couldn't contribute with the bat. An opportunity for her to do things right with the ball. Oh, look at that! He's got a chance of a run out, throw at the wrong end. That's a brain fade moment, is it? Amisha was halfway through giving a high five to Chamari.
No idea where she was going. That was straight to the fielder. Never a single there. Very lucky to be still out there.
Wow. Where was the calling? Where was the understanding of your partner's positions? Oh my God.
When you look at Wahida Akhtar, I was asking Ali earlier about her. She's got a very slingy action. Does keep it very low. Will be a challenge for Chambari. Go after her. Still can't beat the fielder.
A little fumble there. Misha will come on strike now against Wahida. It's been a quiet over so far. When chasing such a mammoth target, you need to know one thing. That there will be some good overs, there will be some bad overs. You need to, in some way, average it out. Look for that one bad ball.
Yeah, he loves posing for the photos. A lion mascot. Decent crowd in this. Numbers all over the park. Watching earnestly as Sri Lanka look to chase this down.
I seriously want to know how much that head of that lion weighs.
Okay, now's an opportunity for you, Neil. Let's try it again. Ibbanka to a lake. That's what we call it.
Hambantota.
You're close.
Yeah, pretty close. I mean, what, 300 yards from the stadium? This one has been driven well.
Interesting thing about that lake is a lot of people assume that it's a very old one. There's a historic significance to it. In fact, it was only built in 1979. But what's old is there's a cemetery right adjacent to it, which has remained from over 2,000 years ago.
Wow.
Sri Lanka, obviously, very culturally rich, very historically rich. Lots of stories of kings of yesteryear. Right now, it's all about the Queen, Rajapaksa of Sri Lanka women's cricket.
Straight and gorgeous. This is going to be a boundary. Boundary that will come as a part of your replay packages too. 2 overs gone, 18 for none. And 2 overs. 9 per over. Humna will come in. She was expensive in that first over.
cheeky. Very, very cheeky. She was driving all the way through, couldn't get the boundaries, and now she said, okay, I'm going to play in the reverse field.
Well, she played some good-looking shots, really, and every time found the fielder. So she decided to go to a place where you don't generally have fielders. Outside off, went for the nice paddle and very well executed by Himesha. If Chamar is all about power and strength, Himesha is bringing out some finesse and touch in this game.
Yeah, T20. It is to bring about all your unorthodox shots and make them a part of your bouquet. And she does it again. This time, even better. With more consistency, she's got two back-to-back boundaries.
I'll tell you what, it takes a lot of confidence to play shots like that anyway. And to do it 2 times in a row takes a whole lot more. Tells you the kind of mind frame she's in, Himesha. That is very well executed once again. Back-to-back boundaries. Now, this is a similar start that Pakistan had got in the first couple of overs. Sri Lanka matching them. It's about consistency from here on. Continue to pile up the score, continue to put the pressure back on. And an experienced bowling side of Pakistan.
Yeah, you use the right term there, Samir. Inexperienced. But that's what the real plan should be, to have a mixed bag. You have some experienced campaigners, you have some young bowlers. Try and bring them together. Create a pathway for the future. As some of these youngsters have come to watch wearing Sri Lanka jerseys, and I'm sure some of these kids would be getting mighty impressed and inspired by the heroes out in the center. Always good to bring kids to the ground, to make them experience live cricket, because that's exactly where they start drawing inspiration from. Not by sitting in your drawing room and watching the television. I mean, that's good too. Oh, beautiful. Gorgeous looking shot. 3 boundaries in a row.
That is a gift from Hamna Bilal. A simple, juicy full toss. And this time Himesha will find the gap quite easily. Every shot she played in front of the wicket was straight to the fielder, but if you offer a full toss like that, it's very easy to find the gap. 20 aerial, but away from the fielder. There'll be 3 boundaries in this over.
She conceded 12 in the first. Now 12 already in the second. Home has been expensive. Someone just go and put. Another boundary. Himesha is dictating the terms in this equation. Cut away for a 4.
Driving length, outside off, asking to be driven. That is the nicest shot she's played from the boundaries she's found so far. Look at that, beautiful. Going square, past the fielder. Very stylish. And 4 more. 16 off this over and she's still not done. Boundaries galore for Sri Lanka early on in the power play.
One more delivery to come. Oh, that was a much better delivery. 3 overs gone. It's 34 for none for Sri Lanka. For none after 3. It's a fantastic start for Sri Lanka. There'll be a change in the bowling for Pakistan. Hani.
They're going with some experience here now. She's realized, Muniba, that bowlers are being taken to all parts, trying to bring on some Slow it down rather with some spin.
Oh, look at that! What a welcome by the skipper! This has gone many miles in the Dambulla skies for a maximum.
Wow, what a shot. As straight as you like from Chamari Atapattu. That was right under her. And she's given it everything. Smack! Right behind, onto the side screen. Second six for her.
Runs are coming in as literally one would wake up and say, okay, it's my day. Chamari Atapattu is making it count today. Boundary for her.
You think about what Chamari's done there. It was a fuller delivery early on. She went down the ground. She knew exactly what Umehani was going to do. Dragged the length back. Immediately went down on one knee and went over the fielder at Fine, who was up in the circle. Brilliant thinking, brilliant batting, and she's off to an absolute flyer here.
Umehani's been put on the back foot psychologically. You get hit for a 6 and then for a 4. All of a sudden, you don't even know what you're doing, and then the batter is Chamari Atapattu. She's going to ensure that the problems keep compounding for the bowler. Another boundary.
This is very wayward bowling, very loose bowling from Pakistan. You understand these are batting conditions, but still you have to bowl in the right areas. Even on bowling-friendly conditions, these are going to go for 4s and 6s. So, yes, you can make the excuse that it's easy to bat, but you still got to bowl good lines. Make the batter play those shots. You don't give away loose deliveries like that.
Chamari right now is almost like snatching trophies from the hand of kids.
Striking at 300, Chamari, and the current run rate is under 14 runs and over.
Good one there.
Dot ball? What's that?
It's a rarity. You don't get to see those very often in this format. And one of the most happiest campaigner there is the mascot.
Yeah, he wasn't dancing so much in the first innings, but he's got his feet moving now.
Trying to drag it from wide outside off. Get a single, and they'll bring Dimesha on strike. Atapattu is quickly raised to 31 of 12.
Yeah, just to start, Sri Lanka needed chasing a par score on this track. They needed a good power play, a good start to lay the platform really. Batters to follow now won't have the kind of pressure they thought they would have had chasing down 170 plus. Stage has been set by these two.
The over, dot ball to finish, 4 gone, 49 for none. .49 on board. 4 overs gone. Mahinda will be brought in. Mahinda Riyasat making a debut. What a time to come in and bowl now. Your 4 bowlers have conceded runs by the dozen. Coming into bowl within the power play. Oh, what a ball! What a delivery to start off with. That's absolutely inspirational.
Yeah, very good start. That's where you want to be for Chamari Atapattu. Not on that front length, not on the back, not back of a length, just that nagging good length and close to the off stump.
He came in from wide of the crease, trying to create that little angle as well. Mahinda
Her first delivery definitely has been inspirational. Long on, been dropped back. Down the leg side. There'll be runs for taking. Oh. I want to check on that.
Yeah, she may have touched the rope with the back leg. On that second attempt, she tried to push it back, didn't get a hand to it, but surely it seemed like she may have touched it. The umpires will want to have a look at it.
Well, yeah. Look at that first touch. This was good. And she should have just left it at that. Check on that left foot. Is it on the ropes? The umpire says, yeah, it is a boundary. So Sri Lanka crossed the 50 mark.
She may have got some bat onto it. I thought it went for a wide down the leg side, but
another single.
on debut, Momina Riyasat has been thrown into the deep end here. Not in the lake, but here in the stadium. Sri Lanka's batters going all guns blazing, and here she's been tossed the ball saying, okay, here you go, power play. You don't have fielders outside the 30-yard circle. Charmadya Thapatu, one of the most destructive batters in the world, is on strike. Pick me up a wicket.
She
Not
has
asking for too much.
Oh, big shout! Big shout, but it was going down leg, so no doubts on the minds of the umpire. Momina, though, has played ODIs, 3 ODIs, making her T20I debut. But fantastic bowling. She's kept Chamari quiet, getting the ball to move into the body. Oh, little fumble. Now, this is not good. You don't do these things. Need to support your bowlers when they're doing good.
I saw quite a bit from Sri Lankans fielders as well. Balls going right through them. Misfields, allowing the batters to cross over for doubles quite easily. Pakistan guilty of the same. The bowling's been good. Momina has been landing it in the right places. Looked to cut it too hard, but that should have been a simple, straightforward stop.
Well, yeah. A little bit of putting your body behind the ball basics. It'll be last ball of this over. Momina has been good, barring that streaky boundary. Another one. And a good over has been spoiled by Imesha, ensuring that she gets a boundary on the last one. 5 overs gone, 60 for none. Great start for Sri Lanka in this run chase, chasing 177. Chamari, she's on 32, and Imesha also has contributed in the partnership with 27 runs, 60 on board, and they're going at a healthy rate, 12 runs and over. Good afternoon, Ali.
Very good afternoon. Yes. A very good afternoon to you too, Raziva. It's been a Chamari show. 32 of 15. Again, straight to the fielder. Very disappointed she is because she thought she got the length. The reason to smile for Sri Lanka. Chamari, she's been always, especially when it comes to this format, Rajiv. She's too good in this.
Yeah, she's striking at 200.
Some swing in the air, but not the line that she would be proud of. Another couple of runs given. There's been a montage. She's been in a hurry, Chamari Thapatu. And we've been talking about it. The surface supports her kind of batting. She likes the ball coming onto the bat, and she's been hammering all over the place.
Yeah, definitely. She's been striking well, middling, timing, placing 2 sixes and 4 boundaries in her 32 so far.
And again, up and over. She smacks another one through covers for 4. It's coming way too easy for her.
Yeah, on the arc once again, over extra cover. 1 bounce. Just like that, we were talking about her. A foolish delivery. Goes over the 25 yards. Goes way over. Just 1 bounce through extra cover. This is great stuff. Great batting.
And the bat speed, I mean, that is just immaculate. She gives no chance to the bowlers. When it's her day, it's very difficult to bowl at her. And on a surface like this one she picks up onside, but there is a fielder. The margin of error, as you played a lot of cricket here. What could have Pakistan done differently? The bowlers could have done differently on this surface.
I would say bowl wicket to wicket. Not too fuller, not too short. You need to bowl on very good areas. Make the batter do a false mistake, but keep it in line with the stumps. In that good length area, especially inside the power play, it's going to be a tough ask with 2 fielders outside. But I reckon Sri Lanka has done well in this run chase so far.
Yeah, mainly the focus always is on Chamari Adapatu. We really forget how the partner is doing and how well in this inning Misha has done. 16 deliveries for 27. She's played those paddle shots also. So she's supported Chamari beautifully. 27 of 16. Down the leg side, definitely missing the leg. She's bowled well, Mahinda. 6 gone, 67 for none. Yeah, Chamari Adapatu, she started off where she left in the ODI series, the last game especially. She's been smacking Pakistan bowlers all over the ground. Amisha on the other hand, very innovative, very stylish on occasions, showing the range also.
Yeah, lovely. I think she helped along nicely this power play, the left-right combination doing the tricks for Sri Lanka, and they needed a start and they have done it well. 67 runs in the power play on top of Pakistan when they made 64 in their power play with a left-right combination, and there you go, the signal coming in from umpire Ranmo Martinez of the second power play. So Sri Lanka still needing 110 runs in the next 84 balls.
Momna Riyasat, she's been impressive as Chamari again lifts it on towards the onside. But just 1 run. The pace that she's bowling at, the length that she's been bowling at, we've been talking about, she's been very impressive, Momina.
Yeah, I think she's bowling very slow through the air. And there were occasions in the previous over she spun that ball. I like the flight, I like the intention of it, inviting the batter to come down or to play a flawed stroke. So this is very good stuff from the debutant. She has the experience in international level.
Again shuffles across, sweeps it for 1. Yes, considering that she's bowling to one of the best in the world, Chamari Adapatu, I think she's been very brave, tossing it up to Chamari. And there have been a couple of occasions when she beats her outside the off stump. So a very impressive T20 debut for Momina, I would say. She comes from the same city as the former great San Amir was, from Hambantota. She's been very impressive, surely. But Pakistan been lack of that ability of taking wickets. Again, it's in there, should be taken. No, it didn't carry.
See, because she's bowling very slow through the air. The ball is not coming on to Chamari. She doesn't like it. She likes the ball coming on. But I like that intentions of Momina. She bowls slower through the air, wicket to wicket. That's why she has not conceded many more boundaries. In the power play, she did concede 10 runs.
on the other side. This is good. This is really good from Imesha. She's been attempting those sweep shots. Momina tried something different and she had the answer.
Well, it's not a bad ball. That's great batting. Some innovation coming in from Imesha. She loves behind the stumps. Look at that. Head on top of the ball. Lovely placement. Did I jinx that she was bowling a very good over? And the next ball goes for a 4. Yes. Eventually, Ali, it has turned out to be 7 runs in the first 4 balls of this 7th over.
Because she was bowling at such tight line and length, Imesha had to do something, had to be innovative. 2 full this time again, driven straight to the fielder. As you said, 7 runs already without much of a risk. Just proper T20 batting. Where is the wicket coming from? That's the question for Pakistan. Again, sweeps it quite fine, quite fine. Risky, a little risky for 4.
A lovely shot to end the over. 11 runs coming off it. 7 done, Sri Lanka 78 for no loss.
विकेट में थोड़ा होल्ड हो रहा है मार के करना ठीक है bowling change coming left come round
Impressive 1-2 overs, just 11 runs. But all bowlers have been wicketless. As now, the captain Muniba turns to her most experienced, most skillful bowler, Nashra Sandhu.
Yeah, she was outstanding in the one-day series. Bowled very good. Bowled in very good areas and lines and lengths.
It's in the air. There is an opportunity. There is an opportunity. Oh, wonderful! What a sensational catch that is. That is beautiful from Hani. They needed an effort like this to break this partnership and get the wicket of Shamari Adapadu. How good is that?
What a catch. She had to cover a few yards, maybe 10 to 15, running onto her left side. There you see, once again, Chamari maybe not hitting the middle of the bat. And Hani, what a catch. Diving effort, both hands, eyes on the ball. Wow. Sensational. Awesome. Chamari Adapadu has to walk back. She departs for 39. Sri Lanka losing the first wicket on 78. So new batter walking in, Wishmi Gunaratne. 58 games, a lot of experience coming in, but she needs to top that average. 3 half centuries, very young. 73 not out being the highest score, but now the platform has been set by the openers. They're going at a very good rate. 11 runs when they were asking at 8.85.
Nashra Sandhu, you all thought that yes, she's brought her up to break the partnership, and she did on the very first delivery. Hani, well, the catch will be talked about for many days. It's a real start. There's an opportunity again, directed. Not to be. Have a look at that again. I'm sure the reels will be out by now.
Yeah, definitely. Chamari going for a slog sweep. And Hani running. Wow. She was flying for it. Excellent effort, acrobatic, and that is pure commitment.
Full toss. You can see clearly now the pressure just getting to the batters just a little because they've lost their ace batter. But now Imisha will have to do bulk of the run scoring from here on because Pakistan can just sniff that they've made a little bit of comeback. Another opportunity, oh! Almost a stunner. She just could not quite hang on to it. Aisha Zafar the fielder this time.
Almost the second wicket for Sri Lanka there. Himesha trying to go over mid-on. I think she was not in a great position to pick that catch up. There you see half shot from Himesha there. She's trying to go for one-handed attempt. Aisha Zafar at mid-on, but eventually gets a boundary.
You surely can see some energy in Pakistan camp now. Since they've taken the wicket of Shamaria Tapatu, they can believe that another wicket here will surely balance out the things. 83 for 1 in 7.5. Nice and easy. Just ease it for 1. A successful start for Nashra Sandhu. 8 overs done, 84 for 1.
So batting cards, Himesha not out. She's going at a very good rate, 41 of just 25 balls. Shamari Atapattu departed in the previous over for 39 with 5 boundaries and 2 sixes in an innings of 22 balls. But what a catch from Mehani. Perfect jump, perfect timing. She was flying. She went with both hands. So Momina will continue to bowl her third over.
2 right-handers, 2 left-arm spinners more into them. And probably this is the time when Pakistan must make a comeback. Because Abdul Majid, the fielding coach, must be so proud of his effort.
Yeah, definitely. Like I mentioned, Ali, that jump, running in, and she went with both hands. Perfectly timed. There you see. Kept her eyes on the ball.
Wonderful. This is sensational stuff. Needed an effort like this. The fielding coach Abdul Majid must be a very proud man. Now you can't see him here. There's Wahab Raz, there's Imran Farad, Miss Aisha Ashar also there, the manager. They all must be very proud of that effort. And you can see they're running in well now. The energy there, everyone backing each other. That's what 1 wicket can do.
Yeah, just like you mentioned, Ali, the momentum could be shifting because one might say Sri Lanka going nicely, but that one catch, one run out can lift the game in the fielding side. The effort will show that energy on all the other fielders as well as the bowlers as well.
100%. I totally agree with you. And you can tell exactly what you're saying. Pakistan are doing it. Yeah, not quite the connection because of the pace. It was slower in pace. At the boundary line, we can see Abdul Rahman also, the left-arm spinner, former international, former test cricketer, having a word with Nashra Sandhu. Maybe a word of advice that what needs to be done. There he is, Abdul Rahman, former test cricketer, former left-arm spinner.
Pushing for the second run, but happy with the single. Yes, back in the day, he was a very, very good left-arm spinner. Played test cricket, grabbed so many wickets. He was very, very threatful back in the day.
There she is, the super girl for Pakistan, Mehani. She She's forced that one. Very powerful shot just for one. Very good over. Just 5 singles coming off it. As we come to the end of 9 overs, it's 90 for 1.
Well, Rajapaksa never thought that anyone could have grabbed it. She was going well. She was batting brilliantly, but that was an outstanding effort from Umehani at long on.
And now she is in to bowl a few overs. They've kept Nashta Sandhu maybe for the last few overs. That's a good captaincy by Muniba. Down the track, smacks one. Didn't really find the gap, just one run. It's good energy. I like the energy in Pakistan fielding now.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned, Ali. Everyone can lift their game with a lot of energy with one catch. The mascot is out there with the pads on and the gloves as well. He just needs the ball.
Yeah, never short
With a
of
bat.
energy. He is never short of energy. Always supporting the team. Honey, let's see if she can bring the same luck in bowling. You've really been talking about her being an off spinner yourself, Raji. It's in the air. There is an opportunity. There's an opportunity. Yes. Umehani is all over Sri Lanka at the moment. She's taking catches. She's taking wickets.
I think it's the perfect time, Munibali, bringing her in to the attack. And she has delivered straight away in a second ball in the second spell. Tossed up delivery once again. Wishmi trying to go for a big one. Not cleanly strike, but easy one. Easy one at long on. It's Aisha suffer. So Wishmi Guratha has to walk back. And Sri Lanka losing the second wicket. 90 on board. And the players will get some drinks on board on the field as well for some hydration. So Sri Lanka losing the second wicket. in the 10th over with 90 runs on board. These are the follow wickets. This was the first one. Chamari Athapattu going for a big slog sweep, but what a catch. Superb, phenomenal. And then Umehani picking up another wicket. She's been involved in both dismissals in Sri Lanka's innings. A catch, a flying catch, and with the ball. And some relief for Pakistani camp there.
Yeah, definitely some relief, as you said. Couple of quick wickets. But they must understand the job is not done, because Harshita Samara, she's also very talented. Strike rate of 100, the best of 86 with 9 50s. 1790 runs to her name. But Sri Lanka, I think they got to play sensibly from here on. They've got the start. They need to be sensible. Just build another partnership. Maybe take this partnership till 15th or 16th over. Add another 30 to 40 runs. Then look to go big. But somehow they all seem to be in a hurry.
I think this was the ideal way. Wish me should have batted. I think that was not the ideal stroke where she got out, trying to go for a big shot. I see some crowd coming in as well. So singles are the option right now. It's not a huge ask from now on. This platform is nicely set with that opening stand.
Absolutely. And what that partnership has done, the wicket of, in fact, Chamari has done, is that has made Muniba make some changes in the bowling lineup. She's brought back Hani. She's kept Nashra Sandhu for the later as they come back for the second. Good running. Excellent running between the wickets.
Yeah, there you see. That's what I was talking about.
Yep.
The consolidation in between the overs. Pushing for the first run hard. Running quickly. There you see. In the gap. That is perfect. And Harshita running in for the danger end. She was very quick in the first and second run there. This is the way that they should be batting, isn't it?
Absolutely. As you said, run the first one quickly so that the second one becomes easier for you. That's exactly what they did. She's found the gap. She's found the gap on that occasion. This is beautiful from Amisha. She brings her 50. What a time, what a moment to do it. From young Amisha, 51 of 32. The job is not done. She has to bat long. Till the end, maybe.
Yeah, she's been batting brilliantly today. 51 of 32 balls with 10 boundaries to bring her third half century in T20 international cricket. And it came in real grand style.
This is good cricket. Just easing it for one. Halfway through. 98 for 2 are Sri Lanka.
Will be par on this track. 176 is what they put up. 177 is what Sri Lanka are chasing, and they've set the stage for what should be a very interesting second half of this innings. 10 overs to go. They are 98 for 2. As Pakistani spinners try to slow down the rate of scoring. Nashra Sandhu has been bowling well. Just a 1 over, picked up the wicket thanks to that brilliant catch from Umehani, and then she herself came on Umehani to pick up another wicket and dent the progress of Sri Lanka. In the meantime, Imesha has been batting extremely well. Opened the batting, got to a half century. She's been joined by Harshita, and I've been joined by Neil Ojha for the next 5 overs. Looking good here, Sri Lanka.
Thank you so much, Samir. Yes, indeed. Very good control there on the proceedings.
nicely swept away once again. They've played that shot extremely well. Both these batters, Himesha especially, the reverses and the conventional sweep, she's executed them quite well. The spinners of Pakistan, we knew will provide them a challenge, but they've answered it quite well here.
Well, subcontinent batters, sweep is your bread and butter shot. You got to learn that shot before you step out to play your first game.
Left hand, right hand combination now with Harshita out there. She's been in very good touch from the ODIs, 100 not out and then another 70 not out. Won those two games for Sri Lanka alongside that 100 for Vishmi in the second ODI as well. So she's been in good touch. Sri Lanka will hope that these two can bat for a long time and get to that target without too much stutter. Down the track, nicely flicked away, down towards long on. And this is the order of the day. Keep milking it. When the loose ball comes, put it away for a boundary.
And rightly so, you don't need to take any risks. In very comfortable position there. 101 for Sri Lanka. To ensure that you don't do anything silly and play into the hands of Pakistan.
Oh, short. Either side of the fielder, that was going to the boundary. Missed out on that one, Harshita.
Yeah, you just need to change the angles.
So that island is called Satutu Dupata. In English, means pleasure island. Smack in the middle of the Banka to a lake. Upishly played on the offside. No protection in the deep, and Harshita will pick up a boundary off a very loose delivery from Nashra, and that will be the end of the over as well. 105 for 2 after 11. There was a time when Sri Lanka relied so heavily on Chamari Afapattu, but it's good signs now for the young batters putting their hands up and taking more responsibility. Himesha today, we saw Harshita and Vishmi doing that in the ODIs. Focused is Chamari as she watches her girls look to try and hunt this down. 72 of 54, Pakistan still have an opportunity if they pick up a couple of quick wickets.
You know, those wickets will have to come now. Mehani has picked up a wicket already. Nashra Sandhu did the same in her first over. Use of feet and a chance there. And a boundary coming in. Himesha is continuing the momentum in favor of Sri Lanka.
Yeah, good use of the feet, but she had to hit it powerfully because it was straight back at the bowler. Mehani has already taken a diving catch. It was very quick. Got her fingers to it but couldn't hold on to it or stop it from running away to the boundary. An early boundary in the over, always easy for the batter to then get those runs. She may have done some damage as well. Needs some attention.
Well, yeah, these catches are more reflex oriented. And when they hit the tip, it could do a little bit of a damage. This is exactly what happened. You did mention she hit it really hard at the tip of the finger. Mehani, some medical attention on her way. And while she's getting that attention, we would want to draw our attention to that splendid catch Mehani took earlier today. Chamaria Tapatu with that insanely huge shot. And look at that. She was all in the air, vertical when she took that catch.
And the landing of the elbow, even more critical. Generally, when you land and the bump, and you start bumping on the elbow, the ball bounces off your hand. Nothing of that. Very smooth. Almost landing like an aeroplane.
Yeah, they needed something special to get rid of her. Rajapaksa, she was looking extremely good for a big one. Ummehani, a flying Ummehani, making sure that Rajapaksa is back in the heart. However, there's still work to do. 68 for off 53, looking quite comfortable here, Sri Lanka, as Pakistan look to try and pick up one more wicket. That's the effort again. You can see that every single time and be impressed and amazed by the flight, the catching and the landing, all of it absolutely perfect. Bit of width this time, and it's cut away, and it's in the gap. She may have got a hand to it. And that's why she may have saved at least 3 runs there.
Well, yeah, putting the hand to the ball definitely took the pace off. Also, changed the direction of the ball towards the fielder. So that definitely helped in saving a couple of runs. 110 on board for Sri Lanka.
Over the wicket to the left-hander now. She thought about coming down the track, but just went into that sweep shot eventually. We saw in the ODIs was Gulfi Rosa, who started off the trend of sweeping, and since then all the batters have picked it up. Harshita especially has played extremely well alongside the rest of Sri Lanka's batters.
Yeah, Gulfi Rosa's style of hitting the ball clean. I surely would have loved to see her in the shorter format.
Yeah, we discussed that with Ali earlier on. I think Pakistan has made wholesale changes moving on from that World Cup campaign. Sri Lanka have also made about 3 changes in their squad. So one of them coming through, making their debut, the young Chamudi Praboda. Bowled well, I thought, today for her first game, picked up a wicket, with the others went for quite a few.
And she was the most economical, in fact.
Short again. Gone behind, fine. Oh, that's a misfield. Ummehani will not be happy with that. She set the standard on the field with that catch, and she expects her teammates to back her up when they are fielding.
But that was poor. That was very poor effort. Look at the way she's just going down very casually, trying to stop it with one hand. Iman making her debut. You need to create more impact with your fielding, not by, should I use the term sloppy here, effort to just bend your back, try and see if I can stop it with my fingertips.
Yeah, on her debut, not making the best impression, Iman. So it's got to be better than that. A bit more commitment. Can't get better on that one. A dot ball to end the over. A frustrating over for Ummehani. Couple of boundaries in it. 12 done. 115 for 2. Graphic tells you that there's not much to choose between the two sides at this stage. Pakistan had lost only 1 wicket. However, Sri Lanka up on the runs. And generally, when you're chasing, it's always a better position to be in because you know exactly what you're chasing. You're not setting a score, so you're not trying to be over-aggressive. Jamie Siddons will be pleased for now. He'll be expecting his girls to see through this and get another win under their belt.
Yeah, always good to win the first game in the series. Making quick amends in the field, Nashra Sandhu. The experience that she carries on her shoulder, she'll have to bring it all to the fore. keep extra cover on the offside. Onside is deep backward square leg, deep mid wicket and long on for Harshita. Use of feet, mid off, and will take it. Mehani, what a splendid day she's having in the field. If you're playing in and around her, believe you me, like Spider-Man, she's going to snap it all.
Harshita Samaravikrama, tempted by the fact that mid-on was inside the circle, it was full. She used her feet, tried to go over mid-off, but didn't time it. And a good catch from Mehani, which she's already taken good one. This one is much easier by her standards. Timing the jump, holding on to it. And a bit of a stutter here for Sri Lanka. They lose an informed batter. Harshita goes for 7. They lose their third for 115. Right, third wicket down for Sri Lanka. Still not as close to the target as they'd like to be. And Kavisha Dilhari, another experienced player for Sri Lanka, out in the center. That average doesn't tell you exactly what she's capable of. A higher score of 51 not out. She can certainly bat better than what those stats suggest. And here, an important partnership is required. The good news is, they still have a set batter out there.
Well, indeed, it was pretty much at the similar junction where Pakistan started losing wickets and en route to what could have been a good 190 kind of a score, ended up being 176.
Yeah, you look at Pakistan's bowling attack, not many have looked like they can pick up wickets, but Nashra has been the one to provide the 2 breakthroughs. This one was floated full. She used her feet, her bat turning in the hand, and that's probably why she couldn't time it as well as she wanted to. Couldn't get past Mehani at mid-off, and that's an important wicket for Pakistan. These 2 overs from Nashra are going to be vital for Pakistan. If she can provide them one more, especially the wicket of Himesha, then I believe that the girls in green would be right back in this game.
Yeah, critical for Pakistan. Nashra Sandhu, that experience.
Shot down on one knee, gets past fine leg. Himesha continues to find boundaries with ease here, especially behind the wickets. She's been extremely useful, finding those angles, finding those gaps.
Oh yeah, that was drifting down leg, moving inside the line of the ball to get that boundary going. Himesha, she's that important cog in this wheel for the chase. Can Pakistan get rid of her?
Off the back foot again, this time down the ground. Gets a single after a boundary. She realizes the importance of her wicket and she's putting a price to it, Himesha Dilani.
Yeah, that's absolute basic of good cricket. You hit a boundary, take a single, get off strike. Don't let the bowler set you up.
They played Nashra Sandhu carefully in the ODIs. T20s, she's picked up 2 wickets and they will have to be careful against her. 1 over left of Nashra. And that is the end of over number 13. 122 for 3. Yeah, Dambulla will always turn up. That's one thing you get in this part of the world.
Whether it's women's cricket, men's cricket, under 19 A teams, they always turn up to support. Love their cricket. And a very knowledgeable cricket fan city, this Dambulla. Come and they'll give you a lot of advice if you're playing in the center. Right, then Umehani's last over. Can she pick up one more for Pakistan? She's been expensive. Down the leg side, will trickle past the keeper. Does it have the legs to go all the way? It is a chase. Oh dear. She has held that ball and almost crawled over the line saying, here Kavisha, here's the 4 for you.
Oh my God. Now, boundary check definitely will be on. And Fatima. She's holding her ankle as she sits next to the boundary line. Let's see what happened to that ankle. Oh yeah, she's twisted that ankle. And then she took the ball in her hand to the boundary line. These things you learn with experience. You learn with experience on these things. The boundary will be called by the umpire. But maybe the physio will have to do a little bit of work. The twisted ankle will need some icing.
Yeah, apologies to her. We thought it was a funny way of giving away a boundary, but I think the focus was on her foot because she twisted it. Almost completely shifted her mindset. Her idea was to paddle the ball back into play. But because that ankle twisted suddenly, the pain must have come through and she just couldn't get rid of the ball. Yeah, there you go. That's the one. It looked funny initially, but I hope she'll be all right. Didn't look good that.
Yeah, modern medicine, the magic spray as we call it, will ensure that the pain is taken care of instantly. The physios obviously will check if she's good to play or else on physical assessment, if it doesn't look good, she'll be sent for scans. But I can tell you one thing, that physios these days are so well trained, their eyes, if they see you walking, based on the limp with which you're walking, they can tell you if it's just a strain, a sprain or a tear.
Yeah, you're 100% right. Very quick to assess. What's your take from the way she's walking?
She's done more than just a sprain.
Right, we'll hope for her recovery then. Pakistan will need a full strength squad. 4 runs off the first ball though, so once again behind the wickets, and this time third will get a hand to it. A very important save that.
Yeah, this is what is required. This is what is required. You have to put in your body, you have to put in that effort, you have to support your bowlers. Try and put some pressure on the on the batting side. Momina Riyasat. $50 required of just 40 deliveries.
Use the feet once again, down the ground, the fielder is close in. Keep it to a single, or that gap between runs and balls, 10. Which is why Pakistan cannot afford anything loose from here on. You don't want to give away boundaries easily. You put it back on Sri Lanka, the pressure to find those boundaries and get it close, that gap. Straight to the fielder, won't be able to pass it, but will still get the single. Sri Lanka will be telling themselves, the longer we drag this game, we'll get there eventually. Let's not lose any more wickets from here on.
Yeah, take it deep. That should be the idea. Who blinks first? That's where the game is. And Imesha, extremely critical, that wicket. Umehani has got 2 more deliveries in her spell.
Reverse sweep, but straight to the fielder. Is it worth the risk? Is what a lot of people will be thinking. One ball more to survive from Umehani. Imesha will want to see this through. And then it will be very interesting who Munibairi goes to, because Nashra has this 1 over left. But who else is going to provide the impact that she's looking for? Oh, down the ground, almost yorked herself. Won't get it past the fielder. Will be a dot ball to end the over. That will be the end of Umehani's spell as well. 1 for 37. Sri Lanka are 129 for 3 after 14. .48 of 36, that's the equation for Sri Lanka to go 1-0 up in the T20 series. They came from behind in the ODI series, remember, lost the first one. Looking to win the first T20 here, chasing down 176 sets by Pakistan. Right then, Nashra's last over. She's been the best of the lot for Pakistan so far. Still using their feet, Sri Lanka. Simple full toss for Kavisha. Single down the ground.
It's sensible of Muniba to bring in Nashra because this is a pair that you need to break. You need to break this partnership right now. Especially Emesha.
This has been the ploy against Nashra throughout this tour in the ODIs, here in the T20s. Get down to the pitch because you know she's going to constantly land on that good length. And one way to counter that is to get to the pitch of it and keep milking it. You don't want to try and find boundaries off her bowling. She will offer you a loose ball. That's when you get in. But otherwise, make sure you keep the scoreboard ticking. This time she goes onto the back foot. Pulls it away down towards long on. Another single. So keeping it going. 45 from 33 now.
Yeah. Her trick generally is to invite you, use your feet. And when you do that, she'll drag one ball away from you and the wicketkeeper will do the rest. She's done that in this over consistently. Has invited Emesha down the line. Is there the trick coming out now?
If I were Emesha, I'd be watching this over out. Not if she bowls like that, for sure. That's a full toss down the leg side. Very lucky Nashra to get away with that one.
Yeah, that was a rare poor one. Very, very rare. And a quick chat happening between Muniba and Nashra. Is there a plot that's been set? They haven't made any amends in the field. Or is it just a little mind play?
Yeah, not where you want to be bowling. Very lucky that it went straight to the fielder. There's no protection in the deep on the offside. So anywhere to the right or left of any of those fielders is an easy boundary for the taking. Good over nonetheless so far from Nashra. Just throw off it. Long off is in position, so will be just one run to end the over. Economical from Nashra. 25 in her 4. Picked up 2 wickets. And Sri Lanka are 134 for 3 after 15 overs.
There's some fans coming in. That's Wajindra out there as well. And the proper band is non-stop throughout the game with the mascot dancing with the pads on.
It's always fun here in Sri Lanka watching cricket. It's always fun here in Sri Lanka. Now there's a bit of a meeting going on between the 3 senior members of the team. Aisha Zafar, Muniba and Nashra Sandhu, that what needs to be done. And lots of credit to Emesha. It has been a high-class inning. 71 of 49. It seems like it's Pakistan against Emesha from here on. The last 5 overs where they need 43 runs to win.
So Aisha Safar has been introduced into the attack with almost 8.5 runs and over, where Sri Lanka needs 43 of 30 deliveries. Now Pakistan, they have done with the, she has bowled, she's more of a very part-timer, I would say, with her figures out here. Best been 3 for 13. Can she be somewhere close to that?
And up and over. She has the habit of taking wickets, but I wonder if this surface or this situation of the game, she could just create an impact on the game.
Yeah, I was about to mention, Ali, that Pakistan is done with their top 2 spinners. They're allocated 8 overs, Umeani and Nashra Sandhu. So now that's why they have to go with the part-timer.
There's nothing wrong with going with the part-timer, but the situation of the game, we've been talking about it, just one good overhead for Sri Lanka would take the game further away from Pakistan. They're already behind in this game still. Yes, they've taken 3 wickets, but still that run scoring, runs are coming quite easily. And this partnership again building between Imisha and Kavisha. I would say Sri Lanka still have the upper hand in this game. And now Pakistan operating within part-timer. Yeah, she's not giving any pace. She's bowling it slow and away from the batter. That's what she can do.
Yeah, nevertheless, it's a very good start for her. In the first half of it, there you see, trying to go for a big shot, Imesha there.
It's a crucial couple of overs for Aisha Zafar, maybe from here on. No pace again, but she finds the gap. Not quite where she intended, but still the force behind it will take it over the boundary line for 4. Very, very important boundary.
Slower through the air, but good feet using. There you see, nicely placed into that gap between deep square leg and deep mid wicket, right in the middle of that 2 fielders. So this is where Imesha has built her game. The maturity has come in. Some historical images from the drone. Oh, lovely. Oh, extra cover. Beats the fielder. And back-to-back boundaries for Imesha.
Yeah, showing the range, showing the class. The previous one, she muscled towards the square leg, and this one over extra cover. That's what we were scared of. These part-timers, they'll give you those boundary deliveries. And to a batter who's well set on 70 odd, she's not going to miss out. She moves to 79 runs with these couple of boundaries. What an amazing inning it has been from her. Single-handedly taking the team home. 32 of 25. Aisha Zafar, full toss. Oh no. She's very lucky that she's played it straight to the fielder. Maybe keep an eye on the umpire, the leg umpire. Checking for that height. No, not given. She's happy with that. 12 runs coming off. Aisha Zafar's over. 16 gone. 146 for 3. Beautiful views of this beautiful city, in fact the beautiful country. Everywhere we've gone, we've just been mesmerized with the beauty of Sri Lanka. Lots of greenery as we expect.
Yeah, a lot of temples, a lot of history behind.
Right, 31 of 24. Mona Riyasat with her last over, starting off with a poor delivery, couple of runs for Imesha, if not more. Yes, they'll come back for the second.
Yeah, Imesha. This is the highest score in T20 International. Previously best was 55 runs. And she's been outstanding single-handedly. Well, what has happened there?
Another one down.
this is not good signs because Wahid Akhtar, she has 2 overs left.
Absolutely. And she's a very important 2 overs that you just mentioned. And, these are not good pictures.
Maybe she's suffering with some cramps coming in. She's holding the toe.
And she's making a comeback in Pakistan side. Let's have a look what happened. Yeah, it is cramps, as you said, you rightly mentioned.
Yeah, all in all, Sri Lanka, I think they're doing a very good job. Thanks to Umesha, she's been outstanding today. 82 runs of 54 deliveries. And she kept one end going. No sixes, but she has struck 15 boundaries.
A classical inning from Umesha. This is what you want to see from these modern day batters. To build an inning, play it according to the situation, and she's done exactly that.
Well, Neil was pronunciating this lake, the Ibn Kadwa lake. Why don't you take a chance and go for it? It's called the Ibn Kadwa lake.
Sorry, there's no way I'm doing that. Neil was good that he tried. I'm not going to try him.
Well,
maybe promise a little slower, then I would be able to say.
Well, that's where a lot of the windy and the breeze comes through across the ground. That is the comfort comes for all these players out there in the center, because it's a very dry area in Central Province here in Sri Lanka. But that's where the wind picks up. Some lovely shots from the drone operator. So Ibn Katwa Lake, that's what you call it.
Ibn Katwa Lake?
Hey, not bad, Ali.
Yeah. I've been repeating it in my head since you said it first. Been trying hard. Yeah, but surely very beautiful. Right, meanwhile, let's have a look. There's 3 wickets that have fallen for Sri Lanka. I know Mehani's been involved in a couple of those. All 3, in fact. Wonderful. The first one was the best of the lot. The catch that she took.
Yeah, beautiful. Kept her eyes, diving effort, and then when she was bowling, she grabbed a wicket as well. That was the second one, Vishpi Gunaratne. And this was another very good catch from Umehani. Running backwards. Safe houses. Safe as you like. She's been outstanding. She's been involved in all 3 dismissals. So we'll take a look at the batting card of Sri Lanka's innings. Himesha, top of the list, 82 not out. With Chamari getting to that start, they made 67 runs in the power play. And Vishmi couldn't contribute alongside Harshita. But Kavisha holding her nerves with a patient knock alongside Himesha in this 4th wicket stand.
Yeah, Pakistan bowlers, 6 bowlers used by the captain, Munib Ali. Wicket for Hani, given away 37 runs. Couple of wickets to Nasha, as she always takes wickets. 2 for 25 in her 4 overs. Dambulla, Wahida, Momina and Aisha wicketless. Still the worries continues for Pakistan as Wahida's gone out. Because as you said earlier, she still have a couple of overs to bowl, and very important overs to bowl. Just looking around the field, just looking where the singles can be taken. Momina Riasit on her debut, given away 28 runs. Ideally, she'd like to take at least 1 wicket, if not 2, from here on in the last 5 deliveries. She sweeps again in the gap, beautifully found the gap again. She is playing one heck of an inning of her lifetime.
Yeah, definitely. 16th boundary for her and 150 up for Sri Lanka. Well, sweeping front of square. And she has got plenty of boundaries. I think that effort had the deep mid-wicket fielder and was not up to the standards. Should have saved it. And I want to mention that she's been scoring behind those stumps and those sweep shots a lot today. Himesha.
She's found the way of finding runs on this pace that Momina and both Umehani and Nashra, three spinners, are bowled to her. She's happy sweeping it, and whenever she tries to go down the ground, she's been beaten outside the off stump. 86 runs of 56 deliveries. Again driven, but straight to the fielder.
With the rate, Sri Lanka can afford some dot balls right now, because there's not much of a difference between the runs and balls. So I think Himesha needs to hold her patience. Again, the sweep shot coming in. Like I mentioned, she has been striking very nice and firmly with that shot.
Yeah, she's been very good finding those gaps, finding those areas where she's comfortable playing that shot. She's been quite successful in doing so. She's played those reverse sweeps also. Remember, against the fast bowler, she did play those paddle sweeps too. Those scoop shots. Again, a sweep shot attempted. End of the spell from Momina Riyasat. She finishes off, giving away 33 runs without a wicket. 153 for 3. For Sri Lanka to win this first T20I, Munib Ali, the standing captain, making sure that she makes those right decisions as Aisha Zafar continues. She gave away 12 runs in her first over. Oh, sweet and delicate, and 6.
Well, that was the column that she couldn't fill in. The 6th column. What a shot from Himesha Dulani. Again, coming down the track, going with the shot. And shot of a classy batter. She's in top form today. Well, this is where Munibali is suffering. Oh, lovely. She's suffering from options right now. Had to go with the part-timer. And Himesha is on a separate roll here. A 6. Now the next ball goes for a boundary.
She can do no wrong. She's in sublime form. Middling almost every delivery. Timing it, placing it. 97 she's moved to after 60 deliveries. Himesha Dulani. No, that's probably pitching outside the leg stump. She's done her part. She just needs to be sensible here. Shouldn't be looking for the glory.
Yeah, clearly pitching out to the leg stump there. Maybe there was some bounce also.
Looking for couple. She will get it quite easily. She moves to 99. What an inning. What a time to do it. Single-handedly taking the team home.
Yeah, definitely. Like I mentioned, it's true class from Himesha Dulani. Didn't try at any attempt to give up in this run chase.
She does it. She does it. An inning of the highest order from Himesha Dulani. Her first century. What a time. What a moment to do it. When they were losing wickets on the other end, she held one end together. Did it for the team. Deserves all the standing ovation in the stadium. Wonderful inning from Himesha.
Yeah, great knock.
Great occasion. She set the tone nicely inside the power play and even in the consolidation overs. Now, right now, she's single-handedly bringing Sri Lanka home in this run chase. What a great knock. 17 boundaries and 1-6, and look at that strike rate. 158 with just 63 balls in 100. Phenomenal. Classy knock.
Absolutely. Wonderful knock. Straight down the ground. She hasn't timed it properly, but still would do a single to rotate the strike and keep the pressure on. In fact, she will keep the strike as it's the end of the over. 18 gone, 167 for 3. Too late to bring in a fast bowler. We were hoping that captain would bring a fast bowler earlier. But Hamna Bilal, she didn't have a good start to her spell. 2 overs, 28 runs she gave. The captain probably lost the confidence in her. Now she's been brought back because Waid Akhtar probably has left the ground. So she'll have to bowl this penultimate over. Oh, there's a chance taken. Is it too late for Pakistan? Kabisha trying to do a fancy thing, not to be losing a wicket.
Yeah, I would have thought that was an unnecessary shot. Trying to go for a scoop there. Easy catch for short fine fielder Tasmia. And Kavisha Dilhari will have to walk back. And Sri Lanka losing the 4th wicket. 167. So new batter walking in. Nilaksh De Silva. ...120 games, 1,300 runs, with 63 being the highest score, just below 20 the average. She's been a very good campaigner in the Sri Lanka level in this format. Straight away, she's off the mark with a couple. This is good running. Good intentions.
Yeah, it's coming way too easy. It's been such a good surface to bat on. Got to give credit to Imesha. She's utilized the surface.
Yeah, Kavisha Dilhari trying to go for that scoop. And easy catch for Tasmia. She's been in the field for maybe Waid Akhtar, the substitute fielder. So now Sri Lanka just needing single figure score.
That's picked up beautifully in the gap. Wonderful hit. Pitched up, obliged, great wrist work, and found the gap too.
Yeah, on the arc once again. Great shot from Nilaksh De Silva. There you see foolish delivery into that gap. And right in the middle of those two fielders. One hit away for Sri Lanka.
Just 4 runs required to win this first T20 international. using her feet towards the fine leg. Misfield there. The Pakistani fielding has been broken down into two halves. One is led by Omehani with splendid catching, and the rest where there have been absolute basic errors.
Yeah, there you see once again. A juggle, not the body behind the ball, trying to go with one hand with that awkward bounce. Well, Nilaksi De Silva, she's been very busy since the time she arrived. She has managed to get 8 runs with just 3 deliveries.
Oh, dropped! A little too late in the day, but still dropped. Scores leveled. Sri Lanka can't lose from here.
Well, it has to be Himesha Dulani. It is her day to get those winning runs for Sri Lanka in this first T20. She has the opportunity now. Scores are level, and she's on strike.
Just poetic that she does it in style. She scored a ton, led the team from front, and hit the winning runs. Himesha does it for Sri Lanka as Sri Lanka open their account in the T20I series with a win. They won the ODI series 2-1, and they continue the winning momentum with a win in the first T20 International here in Dambulla.
Yeah, lovely knock from Himesha Dulani. And she kept on going from the start with those scoops coming in. But this is an outstanding victory with 1 over to spare. Sri Lanka winning the game by 6 wickets. Helped by Chamari Atapattu in the power play. With that partnership coming in, they managed to get 67 runs inside the 6 overs. And Himesha Dulani, unbeaten knock, 101 of 64 balls with 17 boundaries and 1 6. That was a true classy knock from the opener.
Well, yeah, the over-dependency that we've always been talking about as far as Sri Lankan women's cricket is concerned is now slowly and steadily settling into the hands of literally everyone who's come into the top order. Be it Himesha today, and then Harshita, who's done it consistently, a century, a half century, that in some way taking the load off the shoulders of Chamari Atapattu, who's led the side fantastically, phenomenally. And look at that celebration, the happiness. Muniba Ali, though, on the other hand, would be taking a lot of learnings from this encounter as a captain.
Yeah, after that first loss in the first game or first ODI, they've been correcting those mistakes and going on a correct pathway, Sri Lanka women's cricket team. And after winning the toss today, electing to bowl first, adjusting themselves into these conditions. They didn't have a very good start, but coming into the game in the latter part and the last few overs, I would say, those wickets and restricting Pakistan into 176, but because at one stage they were going after at 185, 190. That would have been a very good score. But look at the batting card. Himesha, top of the list as the opener, 101 of just 64 balls, held by Chamari, 39 of 22, and then some contribution from Kavisha for the 4th wicket. With just 7 extras, with an over to spare, Sri Lanka managed to get on this run chase with 177 for 4.
Yeah, one would wonder if Pakistan were about 10 to 15 runs short. But this bowling attack also fell just a little toothless in front of a phenomenal Sri Lankan batting. Hamna started off very expensive, did pick a wicket later on. Wahida could only be utilized for 2 overs. And I personally feel that is where probably the lack of captaincy or the experience of captaincy could come into play, where how to utilize your bowlers at the right time in the right way. Wahida, who opened the attack, just bowled 2 overs for 11 runs, could have been brought in a little early again for the second spell. Nashra was phenomenal as always.
Yeah, the highlights of the run chase. Chamari off to a flyer. She managed to punish the bowlers inside that power play. Sri Lanka going into this run chase with 177. They managed to get 67 in the first power play. Look at those shots from Himesha. She really did pierce those gaps, and the placement was into perfection, with Chamari also chipping in with the grand style in that partnership. She managed to punish all the bowlers inside that power play. Himesha also helped. She was the second fiddle until Chamari departed. But this was a phenomenal effort, a great effort from the openers in this run chase.
Well, undoubtedly, Chamari Tapatu leading the strike till this happened. A phenomenal catch by Omehani. And after that, it almost felt like that they probably might just have found their way back in the Pakistani team. But the consistency at which they kept scoring was incredible. Himesha on one end kept scoring till she found her partners who could support her. Harshita staying there, trying to give her some composure and calmness. The partnership was 25 runs, came in just 17 deliveries. Harshita very fluid in her run scoring till Omehani picked up this fantastic back-pedaling catch. Then it was this pair of Himesha and Kavisha, a partnership of 52 runs that set the tone for Sri Lanka, ensuring that they did not have to stumble through any issues, using the feet really well against the spinners and against the pacers. Well, runs would be there available invariably. That wicket of Kavisha that came in that penultimate over, and then a comfortable finish for Sri Lanka to win this game and ensure that they maintain this lead in the T20I series. Alright, so this is how it all looked like. It was earlier today. Sri Lanka captain Chamari Tapatu won the toss, elected to bowl first. Pakistan, with a fantastic opening pair of Muniba and Shawal, ended up scoring 176. And at the end of it all, it looked like they were about 10 to 15 runs short as Sri Lanka came back really strong. Himesha with a ton, Chamari supporting her, got to the win in 19 overs with 6 wickets in hand.
Yeah, that's the fixtures looks like today. Sri Lanka winning comfortably by 6 wickets in the first T20 game here at Rangiri Dambulla International Cricket Stadium. So the second T20 game here will be on the 2nd of August and the third one on the 4th of August. So we'll take a short break and we will be live with the presentation.
Sri Lankan women cricket team has carried their momentum from ODIs to the shortest format as they beat Pakistan by 6 wickets in the first T20I of Rhino Cup. Sri Lanka versus Pakistan, powered by Ona. It's been a wonderful performance by Sri Lanka team. Congratulations to Shamari and her team. Wonderful performance. Before we go on to the presentation party, on behalf of Sri Lankan cricket, I would like to thank the sponsors, Rhino, Honor, Bank Alpha, and Agro Ventures. Now time to introduce the presentation party. I have the honor of having Mr. Chaturanga Lakman, the brand manager for Rhino Roofing Products. First up, time to talk to the losing captain first, Muniba Ali from Pakistan. Muniba, tough luck. First session, if you talk about first 20 overs, the game was in control. Where do you think the things went wrong?
Yeah, actually I thought in batting everybody showed positive intent and gone for runs, and I think which was the demand of that innings. I think it was a good total, but in bowling, in power play we leak a lot of runs, and then after power play spinners bowled well according to the pitch, because there was a bit hold on wicket, but I thought more channel bowling would create more pressure on batters. So I think those are the areas we need to rectify. Also in fielding we need to be a bit quick.
Yeah, I know the result have not gone your way, but still a lot of positives. How the youngsters have performed, especially a few who were playing for the first time.
Yes, I mean a lot of people are making comebacks, and also a lot of 2 debutants and 2-3 people have only 3 to 4 matches. So they will learn when they play more international cricket. Obviously, that's how they learn.
One down in the series. What needs to change in the games to come?
Yeah, obviously in batting we need to be more like this in coming matches, and if we get a chance, put more like add 10 to 15 runs, and in bowling a bit just control on lengths and areas for a longer period of time.
Right. Tough luck for today. All the best for the remaining games. That was the losing captain, Muniba Ali from Pakistan. Now time to talk to the player of the match. I would request Mr. Chaturanga Akmal, who would present her with a beautiful trophy, and for her wonderful inning of 101 of 64 deliveries, it's Imisha Dolani from Sri Lanka. 17 fours, 1 6. It's been a match-winning performance from Imisha. A classical T20 knock from Imisha. And she'll have the captain alongside her just to translate. First of all, congratulations. It's been a wonderful inning. The surface actually suited your sort of batting.
ඔව් ඇත්තටම මේ අද විකට් එක මට ගොඩක් සපෝට් වුණා. මම මගේ දේවල් බය නැතුව කරලා පෙන්නුවා.
I have to ask you how it is like opening with the captain. First, the previous question also.
So she said the condition is really good for the batters, and she adapt the condition according to the plans, and she execute that plan, and she's happy.
Yeah, I have to ask you, how is it like to open with the captain? Does it take off the pressure from you?
ඇත්තට මම තාක්කත් එක්ක මේ බැට් කරද්දී කිසිම බයක් නැහැ. එයා සෑහෙන වෙලාවක් කතා කරා මාත් එක්ක. ඉතින් මට කිසිම බයක් තිබුණේ නැහැ දේවල් කරන්න.
So she said she doesn't have any fear, and when we batting together it's easy because I'm in the non-strikers end. She's playing her natural game because I'm in non-striker. She doesn't have any fear.
Is it her natural game the way she did today, because you took your time and you just constructed your inning beautifully?
මම හිතන්නේ සමහරක් වෙලාවට හුළඟයි දෙපැත්තයි එක බෝලර්ස්ලාටත් එක්ක මේ පොඩි පොඩි වෙනස්කම් ටිකක් කරා නැත්නම් මම ගෙවි මගේ normal game එක.
So according to the plans, like wind is coming one side, and she adjusts some bowlers bowl in different plans. So wind is coming one side and one side. So she couldn't play according to the wind, and she targeting 1-2 bowlers and scoring her natural game.
Well, thank you very much, and well played. Congratulations once again to the player of the match. 101 of 64 deliveries for Imisha Dolani. Now time to talk to the winning captain. She's not that far. She's still here with us. Samaria Thapatova, Sri Lanka. Well done. Congratulations. Was there any time you thought that you're behind the game?
No, actually, this track is really good for the batters. So 170 is chaseable score because this condition is really, really good for the batters. So yeah, we need to execute our plans. That's the most important thing. So we tried our best as a bowling unit, but they score 179. So it's like a big score. But this condition is really good for the batters. So we know if we are playing our best cricket as a batting unit, we know we can chase this score.
But you love chasing. It's like you can always chase every day. Is it that you're happy with, comfortable with?
Yeah, so last 5-6 games we chase good scores, but it doesn't mean we can't bat first. But we have good batters, so according to the plans, and if we can play in our best cricket and fearless cricket every time in the middle, I know we can win more games.
I know the pressure has always been on you while chasing, but it's good to have youngsters coming through and scoring like Imisha did and the players in ODI.
Yeah, definitely not anymore. So now we have good youngsters like Harshita, Vishmi and Imesha, Kavisha. So we have a bright future. I feel Sri Lanka in good hands. So because the youngsters playing really good, so I'm free captain now.
Right, thank you very much, and congratulations once again for the win.
Thank you.
Well, that is all we have for the first T20I here in Dambulla. The action will return on the second of the month. We'll see you then. Take care. Goodbye.